where you belong. Giving strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising,
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Toon Review for the first game of the Premier League season for Newcastle United, home fixture against Aston Villa. Myself and Stasso will be taking you through that play-by-play on commentary. And if you want to be part of the chat, you have to be subscribed to the channel. This is a rule for Watchalongs now. Keeps the idiots out. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Just click that subscribe button and you'll be able to subscribe to all the chat all the way through the match today. There will be no spoilers, though. You cannot, if you're ahead of us, which you won't be because of watching it via Sky Sports. So you won't be ahead of us. No spoilers, no being stupid. If you're being stupid, the mods will remove you. So that's for subscriptions. Super Chats are also available. We already have one on board from Eddie over in Japan. Edward says, Eddie in Japan, nervous, excited, but this looks the best team in years. Many thanks to Toon Review as always. Billy and Alex, great way to follow. Come on, Toon Army. Thanks, Edward, for your 1,000 yen. Really appreciated. Membership's also available, which is kind of a paid subscription. Entitles you to join our prize draws, of which we had two earlier in the week. Newcastle shirts were given away. That's a paid membership. And of course, that thumbs up button, because that's really important to us. That gets up the YouTube search engine and gets people, like-minded people, to see what a great job we're doing here. Alex is joining me today. We're doing things different this year. We're doing it radio-fied. So the first 22 and a half minutes, Alex will be commenting on, and I will continue through to half-time, same second half, while the other person's punditing, which is a new way of doing things. We're just trying it out, see if it works. How you doing, Stato?
Yeah, good. Excited, nervous. It doesn't feel like it's been any time at all since we were last doing this for league games. It's gone so quick. It's already another season. I mean, it just comes around so fast, but I'm sure after this game, it will be up to speed. You know, when something's happened and it takes a little bit of time for it to register. This is that. I think when we're 10 or 15 minutes in, I think we'll register as fans that the season's definitely started. I just hope that the players are a little bit readier than maybe I am, because I'm still trying to get my head around the fact the season's already going.
Indeed, it's come on us quite quickly. It seems to be a short or close season this year. I don't know why. I guess the World Cup had something to do with that. Being in the middle of the year and not at the end of it, season, I should say. Anyway, the Newcastle lineup is out. There it is. It's the lineup that, for once, I think it's the first time ever I've predicted the lineup 100%. It goes as follows: Pope in goal, Captain Kieran Trippier right back, Dan Burn at left. Fabian Schär has made it. He joins the central defensive partnership with his friend Botman, that we're so accustomed to seeing. So the regular defence in last season, midfield three of Bruno, Tonali and Joe Linton, and a forward lineup of Isak in the middle between Miggy on the right and Anthony Gordon on the left. Any surprises there for you, Alex?
I think probably the biggest surprise is omitting Wilson. I think a lot of us were putting our preferred lineups. Our front threes didn't have Wilson in it because we wanted a bit more energy. As good as Wilson was in that final game, you know, there's a bit more energy from sort of Gordon, Isak, Barnes, Miggy. So that was a little bit of a shock that he's omitted Wilson. You can understand him leaving Barnes on the bench because he's a lot newer, but the Wilson omission is surprising. But the big one, which I predicted, was Tonali in. Obviously, a lot of journalists, Jordan Cronin, tried to hammer this point down that he's probably going to go with Longstaff. I completely disagreed. Tonali's looked better in pre-season than Longstaff. signed for a big fee. Why would you bring in him if you're not going to use him? Longstaff also had a little niggle during preseason, so it just makes sense. Longstaff doesn't look like he's up to speed yet. Whereas with the front line, there wasn't sort of that injury issue. It was just, let's just pick whoever, and Eddie Howe's gone with these three. So very, very nice bench, though, may I add.
Yeah, the bench is really, as we alluded to last night, a lot of depth there. No room even for young Moyley. The bench of Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson Target, Barnes, Livramento could make his debut tonight, Jacob Murphy, Elliot Anderson, and Sean Longstaff. That's the Newcastle lineup. The Aston Villa lineup is the exact one that Alex put on the screen last night. Martinez in goal, a back four of Matty Cash, Lucas Digne, Tyrone Mings, and Ezra Konza. Midfield, 3 or 4, McGinn, Camara, Douglas Luiz, possibly joined by Bailey on the width, and Diaby and Watkins as forwards, being joined by Bailey, I guess, at times, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong lineup from them. It is the predicted one. It does look like Bailey will be the width, and he will drop back and potentially join in a front three when they're in transition. So we've got to be very careful. It is a very strong lineup from them, but it is as predicted. It was probably a lot easier to plan for. Although Buendia has only been injured for a couple of days, so there might have been a few tinkering changes in terms of how we approach this game. Reasonably strong bench for them, though. Diego Carlos on the bench, decent centre half with Tielemans. They've got obviously Pau Torres, Coutinho could come on, Cameron Archer could come on. So it's a reasonable bench for them. Obviously, I don't think they've not got quite as much depth as we have, but we're going to have to work for it. They're not going to give us this victory. It's not going to be a case of let's just play sort of our general football and we'll get a couple of goals. I think we're going to have to work for this because, we've not beaten Villa in the last 2 times we played them. So going to have to work very, very hard.
Indeed. Let's do some comments while we're here. The first person in was Jacka. He says, evening team, hope everyone's well and excited about the match. We'll be watching the watch-along from Kusadasi in Turkey as I'm on holiday away the lads and lasses. Very nice. Weather's nice for you as it is here. Actually, it's quite warm. Colin says he fancies a 2-1 win. Samsonite Dove says, our midfield today is a juicy Brazilian meatball sandwich. Brazilian meatball sandwich. The usual suspects at the back and the expected start in front three, indeed. Jason X says 2-1 to the Toon. Spider thinks 3-0. Afternoon to you, Secret, Carpa, Cider Eater, James Pope, Keto Ken. He says, Keto Ken should say, I'm really excited. The best bench we've had in years. Yeah, we've alluded to that. Kevin Buey, hope you're well. Shane down in Australia, hope you're well, mate. Long time no here. See. Good morning, gents. 3 points to back today. Isaac Masterclass. Important game for Isaac today, Alex.
Is it an important game for Isak? I don't know. Is it an important game for the team as a whole? I don't think we should put him under pressure to be a world beater every game. We've obviously set the bar quite high because he's done quite magical things, scored a lot of goals. However, he still is 23 years old. I do think this could be his breakout season. I'm hoping it is. But as long as he contributes, makes nice driving runs, links up the play, and does a good job, he doesn't have to get on the score sheet. He just has to contribute to the cause. That's all we've ever asked of the front three. You don't have to get on the score sheet. We're going to have to, if we're going to try and improve on last season, we're going to have to try and spread these goals around a little bit more. However, that being said, it would be nice to get who is realistically going to be about our main man, maybe above 20 goals. It's been a long time since we've had a big hitter in the Premier League. Isak looks like he could be that man. So it would be nice if he got a goal today.
Indeed, we've got a €20 super chat in from Cider Eater. Newcastle to win, going to be a great season. Looking forward to your coverage over the coming year, lads. Keep up the good work. Well, one thing you can guarantee from the Toon Review is we will have every match watch along on this channel. I think we'll be the only one to do that. I think we missed one last year, and that was because there was no coverage whatsoever. I think it was the Crystal Palace Carabao Cup game, which we didn't get. But every other fixture we fulfilled. And we've got great subscribers and great chat alongside with you because of it. So it's a great show for us to do. We really enjoyed doing it. And we shall keep doing it for the foreseeable future. Long may it continue. Kendes is all set for the Boost Survivors Cup. Well, Indeed. I mean, we think Steve Bruce did us some damage. Had the most expensive squad ever assembled in Championship. And he had them fourth and bottom, Alex.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to talk about Steve Bruce too much today, but obviously Villa squad very different to what it was back then. There are a few players knocking around from then, but they've got a very well built, balanced side. I do feel like they've tried to pick up just deals and players in general that are on offer. Whereas I feel like our strategy is completely different to Villa's in terms of recruitment. We have an identity and a certain profile of player that we will go for. We will identify them and we will go for them. And if we don't get them, we move down our list. That is who we go for. Whereas Villa, if there's a contract expiring or a player suddenly becomes available, there's obviously the talks of Zaniolo as well. I feel like Villa are doing it in very much a very different way, in that they're just going for who's available that is reasonably talented. I don't know if this is going to come back to bite them in terms of squad building. I don't think it still looks fine, but I don't think it's the best way to do it. There can be repercussions if you don't bring in the right profile of player. I'm still unsure as to whether Tielemans is going to be the right buy, but the right free. But he's not starting, so it's irrelevant today with him.
It is indeed. Lots of people here in the chat with us. 718 of you. Hit that thumbs up, guys. Don't forget, and of course, you have to be subscribed to be in the chat. Usually, we'll already know that, but if you're watching and you can't chat, you have to subscribe to do so. I'm just
going to make sure my tech is all ready as well, so I'll be 1 second.
Okay, buddy. Deviant, afternoon to you. Calvin, afternoon to you. James Pope, afternoon to you. And P. Lord Keith. And we have another £5 super chat from Calvin. He says, would have preferred Barnes over Gordon. Still not sold on him. Hopefully prove me wrong. Well, he's had a pretty good pre-season, Anthony Gordon. And, of course, he was fantastic. Gained a lot of confidence from the European Championships where he was the player of the tournament. So he's been here with us a bit longer than Harvey Barnes. Just provided us with a little bit more pace as well, maybe to help combat their threats down the flank. So I can see why he picked him. Afternoon to you, Nathan. Afternoon to you, Diane too, and Paul Watson. Cider Eater, Anders Willerstoft. Everton and Sunderland lost today. Just need we win to be a perfect day. Indeed. Might be a sing-song if that's the case. Kevin Hawthorne, good afternoon to you in Lakeland, Florida. I hope you're well, my friend. Mark Allen says, weekends are back again. Well, hopefully up the tune. Have fun again, I should say. Back. Afternoon to Paul Tully. Afternoon, everyone. Going to be a cracking game in atmosphere. I hope Gordon gets a goal. 3-0 for me. Afternoon to you, Davey T. Hi, the lads. Butterflies have started. Afternoon, gang. Yeah, we're 15 minutes from kickoff. Ray Reardon's currently on the screen. I say Ray Reardon. It's UNIMA. Looks a bit like Ray Reardon, doesn't he? We've got another super chat here. I believe so. Ian Fleming, a £5 super chat. Thank you, Ian. Going 3-1. Barnes to come on and score. Good. That's what I mean. That's what the strength of having a good bench, isn't it? Thanks for that super chat, Ian, and thanks to Calvin also, and the €20 from side of it. Thank you very much for all those three generous contributions. Afternoon to you, Brian. Hope you're well. Afternoon, Jock. Chippers. Afternoon to you, King Hoddle. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're not too much tears with Mr. Kane going. Spurs play against Brentford tomorrow, don't they? I think so. Tough game for Spurs. New era for them. Yo Bow says Newcastle was the best ever. Interesting user picture there. Chelsea 8, good afternoon to you. Afternoon, everyone. She says, hope you're well, Alex and Billy. Hi, mods, away the lads. Carl says, hi, all. Okay, Trulls. Hi, Carl, hope you're well. And Trulls also. Jay Devlin says, Sunderland lost again. They did indeed. Lost away to Preston. Currently, the bottom of the table in the Championship is Middlesbrough at the bottom and Sunderland second from bottom. So not good for North East football. Can't get the words out. Yo Bro thinks Newcastle going to win the league. Antacid's here. Hope you're well, mate. He says, yes, sir. Afternoon, Terry Cook. League One Beckon says Jay Devlin about Sunderland. Afternoon to Martin. Hope you're well, my friend. Back again with the Watchalongs. Matthew Thompson, good afternoon to you. Rob Hates, good afternoon to you. Right, Sato, where's this game going to be won today?
We've just got to make sure there's no space to be exploited in our midfield like there was in the preseason game. Obviously, it was 6 goals in that game, so that's why I went with my 2-2 prediction yesterday. Although I'm not 100% convinced by my own prediction because I forgot to factor in as much that it's a home fixture. I do feel like we're a lot better at home. I feel like that might sway it, but I still think it's going to be one of those games. Unless I'm completely wrong, and both managers have tried to counteract what went wrong in pre-season and tried to shut up shop. But I think there's quite a lot of quality on display, considering it's two clubs outside the traditional Big Six. I feel like there's a lot more quality on display in this fixture than maybe outsiders are giving it credit for. I feel like this is a decent fixture now. It's just a case of midfield spaces, keeping Watkins quiet. McGinn also is a much better player than people give him credit for. We've got to be careful. Make sure we match the physicality in midfield. We need Bruno to make sure he's switched on and not making mistakes first half and has a decent first half. We can't have him growing into the game too late. We need him early. No silly yellow cards in the first 10 minutes. We need our defensive midfielders and our destroyers. And then hopefully we can use that frightening pace up front, cause absolute havoc.
499 super chat in from JB and UFC. He says, watching the match with family, just wanted to show my support and appreciation to the Toon Review. Thanks, JB. Very much appreciated, my friend. Very kind donation there. There is a precedent for Newcastle. I know you don't like the history stuff, Alex, but we have played Aston Villa on the first game of the season before at St James's Park. And it was the game where Uriah Rennie decided to become man of the match and send Alan Shearer off for getting fouled twice. And I think we lost 2-0, 2-1. I think it's the only time I've ever won at St James's Park in the Premier League, pretty sure. Anyway, let's forget that. That happened before. It's not going to happen again.
I've just seen some Leverkusen highlights as well for Diaby now. I don't know if they showed any AC Milan highlights for Tonali, did they?
I didn't see any, no.
No. Don't know why. That would have been a perfect comparison.
Well, this is what I was mentioning about the Steve Bruce thing earlier. You know, they always mention about how badly he was treated at Newcastle, but they don't mention that the fact that he was actually assaulted. People threw cabbages at him at Aston Villa. Never gets mentioned.
The cabbage thing came from Villa, didn't it?
Yeah.
They hated him there.
They never get kind of castigated for that. We always get castigated for stuff. I don't think we're very, very well liked in the media, I've got to say. Mick Hamlin, well, afternoon to you. 3-1 to Toon, he says, away the lads. Jason Midlands, Mag, opinions on Diaby versus Burn. There you go. Opinion on Diaby versus Burn.
I mean, slightly concerned, but I've got to give, Dan Burn's got a lot of credit in the bank for being well positioned and doing a reasonably good job against top wingers last season. He never showed us up. He did try to compensate for obviously the pace. His positioning had to be on point. We needed wide cover, and it was okay. It wasn't, it wasn't great, but it didn't really cause us too many problems. However, in pre-season, they did use him as a pressing trigger. They did make sure that it was shifted over to Burn's side, and as soon as it was on Burn, the press started. So we've got to make sure that Burn's up for it today. He needs to be technically sound. His passing needs to be crisp. When he receives the ball, it needs to be a good first touch. He needs to get his head up, be aware of his surroundings, and then people need to help him. People need to make sure they're available for a pass. And it's going to be a big game for Burn, I think.
I agree with you. Steve PP says Maddison chose Tottenham over Newcastle United as he wanted to team up with Harry Kane. Good luck with that, old boy, he says. Yeah, he signed today, hasn't he? Matt Higgins says, which one of you will be Alan Green? Well, there's no chance I'll be Alan Green today. No chance whatsoever. We're just going to do half and half each. Like doing the radio, this is what Radio 5 do. They have two commentators and switch halfway through the half. Alex will start the game off for us in about 11 minutes' time, I'm guessing. Well, I know, in fact. Carl saying hello to people. Dynamics D10 is in the house. Afternoon to you. Going to be a tough match, but I think if we get the first goal, we'll go on to score a couple more. 3-1 to Toon. HM says, looking forward to spending the season with the Toon Review and the Watchalongs. Many thanks for all your efforts from New Zealand. Thanks, HM. We really appreciate that, my friend. KB in Belfast here. Very good afternoon, Billy and Alex. Come on, the Toon. However, lads, 2-0 to us. Excitement is here. Tony Honor says that Tonali is in interesting strategy. I think there's always going to be the case, but you don't spend that much money on a world-class player and not play him, I don't think.
Well, the alternative is Longstaff, and Longstaff has been poor in the games he's played in pre-season. Not only has he been not up to scratch, not that he's not good enough. Of course, I think he is good enough, but it's just a case of he started pre-season slow, sluggish, making errors. He got a little niggle and played a little bit towards the end of pre-season, still didn't look up to speed. I feel like tonight the team picks itself in midfield. The only outside shout is Anderson as a left-sided 8. I've seen a few predictions with him on the right. No, Eddie's never played him there. It was not going to happen. I mean, if you think he should be played there, fair enough. But Eddie's never played him there. It's unlikely. but that means you've got to leave Joe Linton out. And after what he did, I thought he was quite anonymous and a bit careless in that preseason game. And then all of a sudden he switched it on, robbed the ball back a few times, silky little passes, scores a goal. So it looks like he's definitely, getting up to speed himself. Can't drop Joe Linton. The midfield picks itself. It's nothing against Longstaff. I just don't think he's ready.
I agree. He has not had a minute in his legs, and that's his game, isn't it? The energy and the non-stop work rate that he gives us. We missed him at Villa Park last season, actually. Let's hope.
And those little switch balls as well.
Yeah.
If you've got Gordon on the left, makes a lot of sense.
Paul Tully says, not surprised with Wilson on the bench, but keen to see Barnes after 70 minutes. Well, I guess if we're seeing Barnes after 70 minutes, generally that would mean that things are going to plan, because if we've seen before that, it means that things aren't going to plan. So I agree with that. But you use that hope?
Potentially, yeah, potentially. It's a nice card to have because Gordon's so aggressive and so fast. We could say to Gordon, right, give us 90 minutes worth in 60 and we'll just bring you off. And we can afford to be a lot more aggressive. Obviously, a lot of people in the chat agree with us. Much better bench than we're used to seeing. Let's not forget, we did not take advantage of the 5 substitution rule last season. Not as much as we could have done because we didn't have the personnel for it. Now it looks like we do. We can afford to make those additional changes. We can have people over pressing and just being a bit mental energy wise because we know we can sub them off. We've got additional quality in now, so it does help a lot.
It does indeed. Mark Bolam says the bench is looking stronger. ENA says, hope you're feeling better, Alex. How are you feeling, Stato? How's the COVID treating you?
Yeah, a little bit better today. Thursday, Friday were really rough. I had to work as well. Well, I had to work this morning, but a little bit better today. So hoping for a negative test tomorrow.
Good stuff.
Fingers
and a positive
crossed.
win tonight. That'll help. Today's results, of course, Forest were beaten by Arsenal 2-1, 1 each, Bournemouth and West Ham. Brighton hammered Luton 4-1. Fulham won at the Goodison 1-0. And Palace won at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 1-0. So that's the results for today. Did you see Saka's goal this morning for Forest? That's for Arsenal.
Yeah, I watched bits of the Arsenal Forest game. Very sleeky play from Silky. What am I saying sleeky for? Silky play from Arsenal. Martinelli channeling his inner Maxi there. Some crazy stuff. And that obviously that Saka goal was a mirrored goal of or a carbon copy of the England goal he scored a couple of months ago, to be fair. What else did I watch? I watched the Brighton game as well because I thought they might rip Luton a new one. It didn't quite work out like that, but it was interesting to see. I thought their right back, I've forgotten his name now, but I was watching him quite carefully. Their right back did very well against Mitoma. I was very impressed. Held his ground rather well. Mitoma ended up booting it into the crowd in frustration and got booked for it. So the right back was doing rather well, actually.
We have a $5 super chat from Eric Grimslid. He said, let's go Toons from America. Nervous but excited. Villa has some real quality and should be a fun team to watch as well this year. Thank you, Eric, for your contribution. Very, very generous of you, sir. We do appreciate all the super chats that come in. KRF4ZY8. I'm not going to try and say that, but it's letters and numbers together. Come on, the mighty Toon, thinking a 2-0 win. I guess it would be Crazy H, wouldn't it? Yeah, it works, doesn't it? Yeah, Crazy H. Come on, the mighty Toon, thinking a 2-0 win. AG to score first, can't wait. PMNC
that's
says...
a fair shot, actually. It'd be good for Gordon to get an early goal this season just to settle his nerves. I think we mentioned this, actually, in the preview, didn't we?
There was a massive banner, away the lads hanging over the side of the leases, it looks like. Flags are on full show. Sounds like Hasselbank and Andros Townsend, who are today's pundits, are quite enamoured by what they're seeing. Townsend, of course, would be used to it, being an ex-player. Yo Bro says, I'm in Bulgaria watching even more. Hope you're well, Yo Bro. Your nose here too. Afternoon, you know. Baz Down Under says, good morning. It's fucking 2:00. Well,
see, I've got a FIFA advert at the moment, so I'm not sure we're synced up very well.
No.
So I've got it on Sky Go. So.
Oh right, I'm on Sky. Yeah, I'm on normal Sky. So I have to pause when on.
I've just got the 1892 banner in the crowd now with the I'm just seeing that, so I think I might be about 30-40 seconds behind you.
I'll pause. Thinking scores Ross McFly 1982. Yano says, Billy could do the commentary on the school sack race and make it sound good. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. I've gone 2 weeks, says Bath. King Hoddle says, good early test for Newcastle. I see a draw or win by 1 goal. I am Braz, says 3-1. Trouser face. However, lads, he says, we're not far from kickoff now. We're only 5 minutes or so away. I will have to pause my stream to get Stato level with us, so we are synced. Definitely. Dark by Design thinks 8-1. Paul Tully says, by the way, the Amazon Prime episode was great. Good to see those behind the scenes and how 100 team members can fit into the chairman's house. To be fair to him, he's got a fairly big house, hasn't he? In fact, I don't think you can actually call it a house as such. A palace, maybe. John D says, if we wanted Diaby, we would have him. Definitely something not right for us. I don't think we ever in for him, will we? I think that's right. Billy A, this afternoon to you. Calvin says, I want big things for Isaac this season. I think we all do. Players are coming out onto the pitch. We look very hyped up for it, I've got to say. Lots of fist pumping and stuff like that, and talking to themselves and getting themselves G'd up. Good to see. It is good to see. Nicky Milliken is here. Afternoon to you. Barry says the game will be decided on how Burn does up against Diaby. Or if Villa can get the ball to Diaby, that's we can kind of create supply, hopefully. I think Anthony Gordon will be a key part in that.
Well, yeah, or how any of their defenders do against our front three as well.
Exactly.
You know, Miggy against Digne is an interesting one because he's not the most defensive of defenders.
Indeed. Pedro says, good afternoon, Billy and Alex. Looking forward to this. Come on, the boys. James Matthews, photography, have a good stream. Billy O and Stato. Thank you, mate. Afternoon to
Obviously,
Vortex.
An interesting point as well is obviously both of Villa's fullbacks are natural foot-sided. So Cash is right-footed on the right and Digne is left-footed on the left. So Miggy and Gordon are going to be cutting inside on the fullbacks' weaker foots anytime they cut in. So could be interesting.
Afternoon to Julie J. Hope you well. She says, I'm invisible now on both accounts. No, you're not. Sometimes the comments skip Julie. You're definitely here. Afternoon to you. Chipper says the Castore derby. Well, quickly before the game starts, we'll quickly have a quick look at the teams again. So you all know what they look like. There you go. That's a Newcastle one. Pope, Trippier, Cher, Botman, Byrne, Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton, Almiron, Gordon, and Isaac. And just for reference, there's the Villa team: Martinez, Cash, Collins, and Mings, Digne, McGinn, the captain, Kamara, Douglas Luiz, Diaby, Bailey, and Watkins. There's your lineups. I'm going to pause my stream now when it gets to kickoff. Oh, Villa have got a T-shirt with Fuerza Emmy on it for Buendia, who's out for the season, of course. Cringe, if you ask me, but I guess it's team building.
I mean, it is a cruciate ligament, so I guess it's no different to what Kraft had, but
yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't see us with
no.
whatever it is in Swedish for go Emil. But fair play to them. I guess they know they're going to miss him today. I'm going to pause my stream. It's not a stream; it's the actual program.
Yeah, mine's currently going through the midfield for Villa, so it's nearly there.
So when I get to kick off, just shout out when we start. I'll put the banner's going to go up there now.
Yeah, so no spoilers, guys.
I'll just keep an eye on the comments as well.
We're nearly there, probably 30 seconds before kickoff on my end.
I don't think we have any mods in the shop, so self-modding today. I'm not keen on Bruno's hair.
Yeah, mixed reception online, isn't it, for that? A lot of people love him so much that they've just said, "Yeah, okay." It's quite funny, really. He cannot do any wrong, really, Bruno.
Don't think anybody has Ray Reardon's Van Portito, Julie. Yeah, it's not his teeth, it's just his hair, isn't it? Anyway, we're going to... Hello, Chucky, afternoon to you. Hope you're well. I'm about to pause the stream. Alex, when it starts on yours, give me a shout. Oh, shit, yep. They've about to start mine. I think they're just about 30 seconds.
They're nearly ready. All the lads are just playing patty cake and getting themselves psyched up before it starts.
They're taking the knee for me. I'm about to pause now. You tell me when it starts and I shall rejoin you. We'll hide that comment. Afternoon to you, Chucky, by the way. I will keep a monitor on the comments in the chat, and when Alex comes to us, I shall go for a few. But
yeah, just in the huddle. Dan Burn talking in the huddle as well. Interesting. Definitely part of the leadership group, waiting for Trippier to get back in. That's curious.
Have they took the knee yet?
Just about to. They've broken the huddle. Linesman very slowly walking off the pitch. Come on then.
Excuse me.
Anytime now, lads. Come on. And they're taking a knee. And they are about to kick off. There we go. Kicked off. Right, so it was Villa's kickoff. Back to Mings. We've got our usual shape. Let's see how this game starts off. Martinez with the ball at the moment, and they're just going to knock it around. Miggy pressing. They throw a long ball out, and it comes to nothing, and we get possession back straight away. Nice and comfortably, all the way back to Nick Pope. We're going to give it to Fabian Chair. Start from the back. Pope's giving it to Dan Burn on the left, out to Anthony Gordon in midfield. He's cut inside. He's beaten his man. Little dink out to Joe Linton on the left wing, and Gordon's carried the run. He's found Gordon on the left wing. Little dink inside, and Isak wanted it a little bit closer. He wanted it far post. Brilliant move to cut them straight away, though. And Botman's recovery run. Wow, well done there. So that was a long ball through to Diaby in the counter-attack. Botman had to be very, very careful to shut that down. He put in a great tackle out for a throw-in on Villa's right-hand side. But a brilliant little move from Anthony Gordon there. Excellent intent straight away. Good link up with Joe Linton. Just didn't quite get the cross into Isak right. Isak wanted it in a different place. Villa defensive throw. They've just given it all the way back. They're going to go back to Martinez and reset. Interesting opening minute, Billy.
Yeah, formation-wise, as you said yesterday, Tonali has started in the 8th position. But getting Gordon into the game early is a positive sign for us. And he went past Bailey. I think it was Bailey that like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, Cash struggled a little bit there. Nearly got the ball pinched by Joe Linton. We're not just ultra pressing everything. We're waiting. We've got a nice big shape. We've got 5 players in camera view with Martinez on the ball. So we've got a lot of players very high up. Miggy to Digne trying to rob the ball. And he's done it. However, it is a Villa throw. Digne's not happy there that they teammates didn't really give him a passing option. He received the ball very, very slowly. And Miggy could have robbed the ball there.
Well, 499 super chat from Martin, some Jimmy Jones, our resident West Ham fan this evening. All good luck. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for your contribution there.
Miggy in midfield. All the way back to our defenders on the halfway line. Dinking it between Tonali and Trippier. And they're going to move it over to the left to Dan Burn. See if we can build from the other side. Plays it to Gordon in the middle, but does go back to Burn. Just trying to find a bit of space now. Villa do have 3. Oh, no, they've pushed 4 back into midfield. So very rigid, 4-4-2 out of possession. And they do rotate it. We've still got it in defence at the moment. Trying to find a little gap. Fabian Cher's got it. It's going to give it to Miggy in midfield, who's dropped very deep. Playing a little 1-2 with Trippier, but it didn't work, unfortunately. And Villa have got the ball. Oh, nice little turn. And Isak's nearly through here. If he can beat off 2 men. Oh, unlucky. Straight out.
Great defending from Mings.
Yeah, a little Cruyff turn there almost from Joe Linton. I think it was Joe Linton anyway. And then set Isak away. He'd got to try and get between the 2 centre-halves. Couldn't quite get there. Another long ball. Joe Linton's nearly got it. And Gordon's in the box on the left-hand side. He might be able to do something with this. Back to Burn. Back to Gordon. He's fouled Gordon there. We're going to get a nice little free kick. Yeah, that was a nasty foul, actually. That'd be, if that was second half, that would be a yellow card. That was cheeky. Yeah, they didn't reset properly after that first attack that Isak got through. And Joe Linton nearly got in because we just played the same ball again. Was it Bruno, was it?
Yeah, Bruno.
said it
Been a
was Bruno.
positive, been a positive start from Newcastle. I've got to say, look very good going forward.
Yeah, every time Gordon cuts inside, they just can't seem to handle it. Matty Cash and Diaby can't seem to handle Gordon as soon as he moves to the right hand side. Right, Kieran Trippier standing over the ball. No Tonali in this one, so it's going to be from our left wing. Players falling over in the box. The referee's going to... Oh, of course, it's Byrne and McGinn. They're going to try and play on this.
Yeah, McGinn's a bit of a worky ticket, isn't he?
Right, Trippier about to take. Floated into the box. Out for a throw-in. Didn't beat the first man. Wasn't a great one. It doesn't even look like it's going to be our throw either. Not quite sure what was going on there.
Bruno started the game really well, hasn't he?
Yeah, I can't tell. Sometimes it's Miggy dropping deep or it's Bruno getting involved, but it does look brilliant on that right-hand side, to be fair.
It's that hair colouring, isn't it?
Normally you can tell when it's Miggy because of the way he runs, but Cash taking a long throw into midfield. Byrne wins the header. It's bobbling around. Tonali pings it up. Buendia's got it. No. Nobody knows where it's going at the moment. Joe Linton's managed to get it in midfield to Tonali in the 10. Trippier on the right-hand side. Oh, a nice little chop. Long shot. Martinez saves it. I'm not sure who took it. Gordon's still got the ball just outside the box. We're going to try and recycle it to Joe Linton. Back to Gordon on the left wing. Can we get it back in the box? And we can. It's in. Who's got it? It's Tonali straight away. Tonali with the first goal. Just off the back of Isak. It didn't quite fall to the middle, but Tonali's there, smells the danger, and does exactly what Sean Longstaff has not been able to do for 18 months.
That's
is
a great
why
goal.
we signed the lad.
It's a great
Brilliant
goal, I've got
goal.
to say. It's a fantastic
What a
build-up.
goal. Such good work from Gordon. Constantly on that left-hand side. Another brilliant ball. He amended for his first cross as well. He wanted it further in. Isak wanted a longer cross. He delivered exactly that. Cracking shot as well. Who was that? It was Bruno's shot, I think it was. Yeah, Bruno from 25 yards, parried away. Joe Linton and Gordon recycle it. Gordon with a nice cross in. Over Isak's head. Tonali's there with a right-footed shot into the bottom left corner. Brilliant, brilliant goal. Well worked. Well deserved as well. That training pitch passing sequence is all over. We've worked hard for that goal.
It was a great goal with a great cross from Gordon on his weaker foot as well. And this is what we want to see Miggy do with his right foot. Suckered Cash in. Great cross. Perfect cross. And a fantastic finish from Tonali. Great start to the game, Newcastle.
Tonali just walks Mings forward with no intention of going for that ball. Takes Mings out of the equation. And Tonali gets in front of Digne. There is no hope. Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. Very tactical goal that was. That was clever from the lads. That was nicely done. So we've kicked back off again. Gordon's won the ball in the... not Gordon. Burns won the ball. Isak. Oh, and we're through again. Tonali in the box. Oh, it should have been 2. It should have been 2. Gordon through to Tonali. How's he missed that?
It's a great save, to be fair, for
Burn
Martinez.
wins the ball in midfield. Joe Linton releases Gordon. Cheeky little 1-2 with Isak. Tonali's just on his own in the box. Tries to get it underneath Martinez. Can't do it. It goes out for a corner at the near post. It should have been 2. He couldn't believe his luck. Deer in the headlights. I think he panicked a little bit there. He was almost celebrating there.
He went near post, didn't he? And Martinez wasn't expecting it, but he made himself big, didn't he? Good goalkeeping, I think. More than a miss from Tonali.
Well, we're going to take this corner with Kieran Trippier. It's going to be a short corner routine. Back to Trips. To the back. Oh, God, that's. I don't know what he's done there. Oh, and Miggy's pass was poor, and they're going to counter. Mings through to who's this? Diaby. Gordon's tracking back. It's Gordon trying to... Oh, well done. Well done, Anthony Gordon there. Smelt the danger against Diaby. He was the man tasked with sprinting. Wow. He spotted that so early. 30 yards out from Martinez there. Smelt the danger, and he tracked Diaby all the way into our box. Smart save from Pope. That is why Gordon's playing.
Fantastic.
Incredible defensive run there.
He's had a brilliant start to the game. One potentially disturbing thing is the way Trippier started. Some of his balls have been overpouring already. Caused problems there for own corner. Foul there, by the way, ref.
Oh, and Gordon wins the foul as well. I mean, if you could do a man of the match for a 10-minute period, it's Gordon so far. Absolutely incredible from Gordon. He's made everything happen. That defensive contribution there was as good as a goal. That was incredible.
I agree.
Douglas Luiz is in the book as well. I'm not quite sure. Was it for protesting? That foul wasn't bad enough, was it? Oh, well, that's good. They've got one of their defensive midfielders in the book already. Villa do have the ball, though. Scrambling around. Very scrappy from Villa. They can't seem to get any little passing sequences going. And we've got it Trippier on the right-hand side. It is in our half, though. We do need to be careful with this. Out for our throw. Pinged off a Villa player. I think it was Mings. Well, no, that was Luiz, that was. Yeah, who put batteries in Gordon? Exactly. He's got all the batteries.
I did think that would be one of the reasons why he was selected today, to combat Villa's pace.
Yeah. Passes into the final third. Sky is saying we've got 15 and Villa have got 1. That's about right. Trippier's little header, not enough, and it goes to McGinn out on the left wing. So Villa have got it in and around our box at the moment. Tonali does not track McGinn well enough there and gets a cross in, but we managed to deal with it and get it away. Oh, Isak span his man, but they were there to cover it. Luis cleaned that up, unfortunately. Outside of the foot, pass into the left wing for Villa. This is a Digne cross. This is dangerous. Watkins has flicked it on, and it's a goal for Villa. Oh, dear. Very good goal, and it's Moussa Diaby.
Yeah, it is.
Cracking goal. That was very, very well worked. Outside of the foot, that was a John Joe Shelby pass out to Digne on the left wing. Nice cross from Digne. Watkins leaves it, and it goes to Diaby free. And it was a great first-time strike, to be fair. Just going to see the build-up now. So Douglas Luiz, yeah, lovely pass. And then Digne, not quick enough to close him down. Watkins heads it on. And Diaby, first time, Pope rooted to his goal line. Couldn't really do anything about that. And it is as predicted. We thought there was going to be goals.
Poor defending there, I think. It's not deflected. It's a great header from Watkins. Villa have come into the game a bit since we scored. I've been looking a bit shoddy the first 10 minutes. That's a great finish, I've got to say. $2.99 Australian dollars super chat from Jimmy Barr. He says Tonali. I've got to change the banner already. And it's 1 apiece. Yeah, disappointing that.
I mean, we definitely could have done a bit more to stop that Digne cross. Additionally, whoever's on Watkins, I'd have to go back and watch the replay again. You've got to be trying to win those headers against Watkins because that flick on was dangerous. But then it was just quality from Diaby. First time hit. He's going to score goals in this league, that's for sure. So it is a Newcastle throw from halfway on the left-hand side. Dan Burn's going to take it. Emery's going absolutely bonkers with some tactical advice here. He's also outside of his technical area. Can we address this, please? So much for the new rules. 12 minutes into game 1, they're not adhering to the rules that they've just spent all summer complaining about. Dan Burn, terrible first touch, but he manages to keep it. Recycles it to Bruno, to Isak, to Trippier. He's got Almiron out wide, but he's just going to take the early cross, trying to find Gordon with the long switch. Doesn't find him. Tonali heads it back in. It's pinging around all the headers and settles to Dan Burn. And it goes up for a throw-in. It is, unfortunately, a Villa throw. Tonali, physicality. Not too bad, actually. He's being very combative going up for those headers, something that we don't see very often from Willock. I'm not worried. If he can do this against Villa, then there are a lot of teams worse than Villa in this division. I think Tonali will be very good.
Ian A says, love you guys, but you are so far behind the actual play. Just pause the street, pause whatever you watched it. I've had to pause mine so Stato can get up to speed with me. And that's why we're behind a little bit. But if you just pause, you'll be level with us, won't you? And Jay Devlin says his TCR using Sky. I started on Sky Go. I'm watching on Sky, but that's why I paused. But if you just pause whatever you're watching on, you'll be level with us.
Well, we've got the ball in defence at the moment. Kieran Trippier's got it. He's going to play it back across to Botman, who doesn't want to use Dan Burn. He gives it to Bruno in midfield around Diaby's pressing there. Long ball to try and find Miggy, but it's way over hit. Straight to Martinez. Easy claim. Poor ball from Bruno there. Good idea. So some pressing Gordon onto Matty Cash. Matty Cash not super confident. It's going to go all the way back to Martinez there. They're not quite taking that Gordon challenge. They're not having it. They'd rather go back. And poor playing out from the back there from Villa, and we get a throw in. They're terrified of Anthony Gordon. It's hilarious.
Sorry.
Burns going to take the throw on the left-hand side to Joe Linton in the edge of the box. He's got Gordon next to him, but unfortunately we lose the ball. But it does go out for a throw, so we're going to get it back. Back to Joe Linton again, the same move, but if he's headed it to no one, it's gone to Villa. Burns managed to win it back again. And they've bundled Bruno over with his funny haircut, and we do win a free kick.
We are nearly 15 minutes through on our stream. So 14:53 at the minute.
Yeah, I'm just about to hit 15 minutes on my clock, guys.
And
See what,
David
Burns
Richardson
won the
says-
ball back 3 times this game.
He has, yeah. He's played quite well. Just, I don't know where he was for the goal, mind.
No. So Kieran Trippier is going to take this free kick from deep. It's pretty much, it's very central. Maybe 40 yards, 45 yards from goal. Not sure what we're going to do with it. He's going to play it outright to Tonali, change the angle, across. Oh, and it's Isak, and it's in! Well done. Well done. Using Tonali as changing the angle. That's exactly what we signed him for. Textbook Tonali. Wasn't an assist. It won't count as an assist, but I don't know who it went to. It went to somebody who dinked it back across the face of goal, and Isak slots it in.
Botman with the
Was it
assist.
Well done,
Yeah.
Botman with the assist as well. So Trippier out to the right, changes the angle for Tonali, dinks it
Oh,
over.
they're all offside. They're all offside,
Oh, I
mate.
think we're all offside. It's not going to count. There's about 4 of us offside there. Oh dear.
I'll put that
Never
banner back.
mind. It was a really pretty goal. So a few people saying it's allowed. A few people saying VAR check. We'll have to wait and see. I think it depends on, is Botman onside? So if
Botman's
Botman's
all right.
onside in the first phase, it might be fine.
Botman's all right, yeah. Botman's
So
definitely onside.
Botman's onside as Tonali plays that first ball in. So it depends what else they're looking at, though. So we might be all right.
Botman's on. But if Isak
Yeah.
gets... Yeah, that's okay, that is. Yes,
I
okay.
think that's onside, yeah. That actually is going to count. 3 of our lads are straying offside when the initial ball gets played, but the person who actually touched it, Botman, was on. So it should be fine. I can't see any reason why this won't be given. Everybody praying in the ground. This could be 3 goals in 16 minutes from the match. Go on, big Sven. I mean, I said he'd score yesterday. I think an assist is nearly as good for Sven, isn't it?
Yeah, Isak's not offside, so that can't be offside, surely.
Yes, it's given. 2-1. We're in the lead. 17 minutes on the clock, guys. Well, 17:10 now. And Isak is up and running. So Tonali, the new signings, got his goal, and our main guy up front has also got their goal. That's brilliant. The only thing really today would be maybe Gordon, and then it means any hoodoos or nerves have been settled. We're all good to go, but excellent start from the lads. I'm definitely glad I won that coin toss we did to commentate on the first 20 minutes, Billy. Diaby in, by the way. Oh, God. I wasn't expecting that to be quite as dangerous. Diaby away on the right-hand side there. Tried to float in a little cross. It was dealt with rather lazily by us. And they're still going on this right-hand side. Kamara's got the ball for Villa. Back across to Louise, and they are going to play it backwards. Not quite sure why there. I thought they were fine. Maybe they're going to try and use the other side. And that's allowing us to press up the pitch. Our shape's looking a lot better. It's gone all the way back to Martinez, and Isak's pressed him. So they've had to play a nice long ball. I don't know why that he's aimed it at Dan Burn. That was stupid because Dan Burn wins that every day of the week. And we've got the ball. Botman in defence. Don't play the long balls at Dan Burn unless you've got some bloody height on them. That was very silly from Martinez there. Trying to release Diaby. They're just trying to sort of dink it because if Diaby can get the spin there, Dan Burn's never going to catch him. But it's going to have to be a lot more clinical than that. Tonali, nice ball over the top from deep. Martinez has had to come miles out of his box to head it away. That could have been real dangerous. That was
He
almost
nearly misjudged it as well, didn't he?
Fabianski West Ham sort, and he's out again heading the ball. Tonali on the spin just floats a 40-yard ball over the Villa defensive line. Martinez panicked, trying to do the Superman clearance there. He didn't do too bad, to be fair. It was all right. But we are causing them problems. Villa are having to be very focused. Any lapse of concentration from them, and we're going to score again.
Yeah, they nearly misjudged the bounce the first one, didn't they? And it was nearly over his head. And well, could have gone anywhere, really.
And it is a Villa throw. Ollie Watkins has got it on the right-hand side here, but he's going to give it to Matty Cash. And he's going to throw it backwards. Kamara's got it in midfield. He's going to drive forward. Joe Linton's tried to dive in there and missed it. We need a bit of shape here. Dan Burn's been nutmegged by Kamara there, but we've got the ball somehow. Botman clears.
Brilliant from Botman there.
Yeah, well read. Isak a little bit naive with his press there. Gordon goes in.
He's got the ball, referee.
Wins the ball, but for some reason winning the ball is a foul. I couldn't tell you why that was given as a foul. I'm not sure. Gordon's confused as well. The referee's suggesting he went over the ball with his little, hand movements there. I mean, he had a better angle than us, I guess, but it didn't look like that. So Villa are going to have a free kick. Looks like Douglas Luiz wants to take it. No, it's going to be left for Digne. Is that Digne who's taking it? No, 7. It's McGinn's going to take it. So on their right wing, we've got Gordon. Gordon is keeping an eye on Diaby. He's floating around on that right-hand side. Is that Diaby? We'll see where this goes. McGinn's going to play left-footed. He's going to go into the box. We do win the first ball. Terrible touch from Bruno. Unfortunately, Douglas Luiz picks it back up and Villa have still got it. They're going to play it around a little bit and try and work something. Ball comes into the box from deep and it does get kept in. No, goal kick. It doesn't get kept in. It's fine. Goal kick. Yeah, it's Diaby try out on that right wing. They're trying to be sneaky. Diaby's got quite a free role. He's just floating around. They're trying to pick him up. He's already got 1 goal. So Diaby's the guy to keep an eye on. He really is.
That was Bailey.
Tyndall's just having a word with Gordon as well, trying to maybe saying exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, they're swapping Diaby and Bailey around a bit. That was Bailey the past couple of times on this side against Burn. They're swapping them around by the look of things.
Is it 30? Is he 37?
Yeah, Diaby's 19. And Bailey's 31.
Oh, he's 31, is he? I keep getting him mixed up.
This is Bailey now.
Oh, it's Bailey on the right-hand side. And Bailey's driving runs are looking good as well. He's driving at Anthony Gordon. Gordon gets the ball there. He's probably going to try and do him for a foul here. And we don't. Just a Villa throw. Well done, Gordon there. Joe Linton goes in like an absolute truck. Wins the ball back. Bruno driving from midfield. Draws a nice little foul. And we get a free kick on the halfway line. And I think that's a perfect time for you to take over, Billy, as Bruno is holding his shoulder, which is a bit concerning.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. That's not just the case or anything. I think it's the way he fouled more than anything. It's Kamara on him. Not much of a foul in it, to be honest.
Looks like he's pinched his trap or something, like tried to squeeze him.
And now Newcastle have the ball in the back 4 with Sven Botman, centre of the pitch. Actually, it's Dan Burn now. Studying his options, he goes back to Botman. Square, he can go to Fabian Schär. But he's just standing on the ball at the minute. No pressure from Villa. Standing office here. Joe Linton has it now. Rolls it inside for Bruno. Back to Joe Linton. He goes all the way back to Fabian Schär. Fire Sven Botman. Again, Newcastle playing keep ball. No pressure from the Aston Villa forward line here whatsoever. Now it's Tonali on the right, in the kind of a right back position. Now Schär floats one over the top, looking for the win of Isak. It's a good ball if he can get there. Good pace from Mings. Good shoulder charge there from Isak, and wins the ball into the penalty area. Bit of tricky, step over, lays it back. Poor pass though to I think it was Bruno he paid it back to. It might be even Miggy. Mings is still down on the floor in the far corner, by the way. Villa on the counter with Diaby going against Botman. Ball in the middle. Good chance out for Watkins. He screwed it wide. Chance at both ends. I think Mings is down at the end of the pitch in the Leeds' end corner after the challenge from Isak, which was deemed to be a fair one. But the counter was good. Diaby going up against Burn here. Burn stood him off. Botman got back too. Good challenge coming in from Trippier actually to put off Watkins' shot. I think it's Trippier. No, it's Cher. And it put Watkins off.
I like to see Tonali racing back to try and get involved and help out defensively. That was good. Amazing from Isak there. It actually looked like Mings was a tiny bit faster than Isak, which is interesting. But it was a fair 50-50 challenge. Isak got the better of him there. Well done, because Mings is a big boy. So Isak, well done physically. Any question marks we've ever had about physicality, if you can get to full pace and come off better than Tyrone Mings, then no issues with physicality there.
Mings looks in trouble, I've got to say.
He does. He looks very
anguished.
Actually.
Looks very anguished. Terrific bit of physical play from Isak, which I've criticised him in the past for, but not there. He went toe to toe with Mings, and Mings is on the deck, and he's took his 10 count. But he looks in a bad way. To be fair to him. We'll see what happens now. It's just a shoulder charge. It's the way he fell. Is there an ankle? Oh, might be knee ligaments. That he's got straight to his left knee.
Nothing that Isak did wrong there, because it looked like Mings initiated the charge. Mings was the one who stepped over and did the shoulder charge, so not really on Isak there. It looks like Mings has hurt himself in the process. He's in a lot of pain on the floor. This looks like it's going to be a substitution, but they obviously have got Pau Torres on the bench to come on.
And Diego Carlos, of course.
And Diego Carlos, yeah.
That looks like cruise ship to me, I've got to say. Not a doctor.
Yeah, that is a shame. We don't like to see it.
And Mings had started the game really well, actually. He did one brilliant bit of defending earlier. However, they have conceded 2 goals in the first 25 and a half minutes. And potentially there's always another one. Exactly, I think he's going to see if Mings is okay. Looks like.
Yeah, Trippier has gone to see as well. He's asking for additional help. It does look like they're going for the stretchers. Mings is crying. This is really bad, guys.
I don't get why the physios haven't signalled for it before. This is poor physio work from the Villa's physio.
You can see his breathing. You can see he's got his shirt over his face. He's in so much pain. You need to get that man off the pitch straight away.
It's taken Kieran Trippier to call for a stretcher, which is pathetic. Poor physio work, this for the Villa medical team, I've got to say.
Yeah,
Sophia says she did her Achilles tendon and walked home. The big softie. Good strength from Isak, says Dave Bullman, was fair shit. It was where he fell.
It's Pau Torres that's taken the bib off, so it's not going to be Diego Carlos.
You've seen a lot of Pau Torres, Alex. What kind of centre half is he? Is he physical, quick, or I don't think he's quick, is he exactly?
He's a better technical player than Mings is, but he doesn't have the same physicality. He doesn't win the aerial duels. A lot of question marks about why they've signed him because of the way Mings plays and the role Mings plays in this team. So, I fancy, Isak and Wilson versus this guy if Wilson comes on in the second half. I think we can actually get the better of him. I don't think he's up to the speed of the Premier League in terms of physicality and aerial, sort of the aerial prowess of all the players in this league. He will settle. He is a great player. Maybe we can take advantage of the fact that he's probably not settled yet.
I agree with that. And Mings has saved, as I say before, on one or two occasions already in this half. So
45 million from Villarreal. That's more than I thought it was, actually. And we got... I've not seen anybody else criticise Villa's signings, but that's a lot of money. I didn't realise it was quite that much. Thought it was between 30 and 40. I didn't realise it was 45. Yeah, and Mings is getting his legs strapped up before he's going on the stretcher here. Get that man some oxygen, honestly. He's not in a good way.
It can't be a broken leg, surely. But I think it's definitely... This is like a Gaza injury many years ago. So, yeah, I think you may have got the goals. I think so. I'm going to get the minutes by the look of things.
Well, to be fair, they should add this onto the first half. So,
yeah, they will. Yeah, could be another 20 minutes or longer than 20 minutes to go. Potentially 25, 26 minutes of play still to go. Even though we have
Emery's just given some instructions to Conte now. Presumably, they're going to maybe tweak instructions for the centre halves and how things work. Interesting, especially because Cons has been playing on that right side, with obviously Anthony Gordon having so much freedom.
Davis Owens thinks it may be an Achilles tendon. Sophie is our expert on that. She's currently suffering with one herself, so I'm not so sure. I think it's knee ligaments. I think the way he went down.
People asking how Tonali looks. Really good. 1-2s are decent. Little long balls are nice and cheeky. The set piece got us the goal. Winning lots of headers. Tracking back fairly well. It looks good. You need to get Mings off this pitch. That man is crying. It's please get him off this pitch. I genuinely feel sorry for him now. This is shocking from them. It's taken far too long to get this guy off.
Yeah, I'm afraid the Aston Villa medical staff, they want shivering, and St James's Park faithful, which you wouldn't see at a lot of grounds, are clapping Tyrone Mings off.
I mean, he deserves it. He's not. He's been doing well the last 6 months. It's bad for England.
He has, I agree. He has. He's had a resurgence in the kind of form which got him his international call-up in the first place. I do think once he got on that squad, he shouldn't have been in it much longer after that. But he's back to his he was back to his original form. He's going to be out of the game for a long time, and he can keep his mate Emi Buendia comfort, can't he? I guess the two will even together. I think.
I don't want to call it, but with the severity of this, it looks like his season's gone. The entire season. I'd be surprised if he plays again this year.
How old is Mings now? He's got to be pushing 30, is he?
I can't remember. 28, 29. I could be wrong there. I haven't looked in ages. He's not in a good way. Please just get that man to hospital.
Get him down the fucking tunnel and get him into the ambulance straight to hospital.
Yeah.
Paul Torres is now on for Tyrone Mings. Once again, I've got to criticise the Villa physios there for not identifying what he's done. He was lying there for at least 3 minutes for Kieran Trippier, in fact, summoned the stretcher on. And now the game will restart a mere 6 or 7 minutes later with a goal kick for Newcastle, which Nick Pope goes long, straight away aiming for Isak, didn't get anywhere near him. A little flick on for Tonali, falls to Bailey, tries to play it in behind into the welcoming arms of Nick Pope. And Nick Pope bowls it out to Joe Linton on this left flank. He goes square to Bruno and then into Dan Burn in the left-hand corner, defensively for Newcastle. Bruno has it now. Floats one over to the far side of the pitch, looking for Trippier. Trippier takes it down his right instep and lays down the line to Miggy. Miggy takes it into control first time. One touch back to Trippier. Down the line he goes for Isak. Torres goes across, covers, bangs it into play for a throw to Newcastle halfway through the Villa half.
They're asking for a booking for a handball there. And yeah, that was right. Well done from Isak for knowing the rules. They handled it while it was still in play. What are you doing? Let's see the replay of this. What's going on here? Oh, he's kicked it out of Miggy's hand. So it was. You can't do that.
Yeah, Digne's gone into book for a yellow card.
Silly boy, Digne.
And yeah, the game as we started, Gordon has it on the right flank, goes inside for Bruno. A little flip for Bruno. Lovely to get Gordon. Gordon takes it in his stride, plays it into Tonali. Wide lefty goes to Joe Linton, going up against, looks like Bailey on his left side. Bit of trickery show from Joe Linton, goes on his right foot, trying to get an angle to cross the ball. Still hasn't done it. Plays it inside for Gordon. Poor pass. Cuts out by, it looks like McGinn there. Might have been Cash. Got out of play on the halfway line for Newcastle throwing. Sven Botman takes it quickly, plays it to Tonali, who's dropped deep to receive it. Tonali plays it square for Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär.
Tonali in the 6?
Yeah, Tonali's now in the 6, yeah. With a change here. Maybe they're doing the commentary. We're doing our commentary. Half each. Anyway, Schär lays it back to Nick Pope in the Newcastle goal. And Nick Pope plays it down here at the bottom for Dan Burn, who takes it to control, looks for a pass, goes back to Sven Botman in the corner of the penalty area. Ball inside for Bruno, who's been caught out a couple of times, but not this time. Plays it square for Burn. Burn can come forward a little bit. Inside for Joe Linton. Lovely little ball there for Tonali, who's come forward now. Now Gordon. Gordon plays it back to Dan Burn. Nice possession football from Newcastle. Now Joe Linton. That's a poor pass. Cuts out by Douglas Luiz. Hoofed down the line. Over the top of... And if Tonali had pace here against Matty Cash, he could have been in, but Cash lays it back to Martinez. Tonali carries on the press. Back out he goes then to... Oh, a nice bit of play there from whoever that is on that far side.
It's Paul Torres, I think.
It's Paul Torres, yeah. Beautiful bit of play that was to get away from the attacker who's coming onto him really quickly.
I was going to win that.
McGinn plays it back for Douglas Luiz, shrugs off the challenge of Isak. And now Villa on the attack with Diaby. Wide he goes to Bailey. Up against Dan Burn. Pace on this left-hand side, right-hand side of Villa. With Bailey, you've got two on him now. Goes off Dan Burn for, I don't know if it's a throw into a corner.
I think it's a corner. In possession there, we were building up in a 4-2-3-1, where it was definitely a double pivot with Bruno and Tonali there. Joe Linton had gone sort of further up. Tonali had dropped, Isak had dropped a little bit deeper as well. It was an interesting shape.
Yeah. Trying to get Miggy through around the back, weren't they? And Tommy did remarkably well to get away from him. It's corners of Villa on the right-hand side for them.
His formation is evolving a lot.
It's going to be an interesting because there's going to be a left-footed player. I think it's Dean now with a corner. Curves it in, looking for Villa head. Finds 1-2. Cleared it from Trippier from the far post. Back to McGinn. He goes all the way back to Diaby. And Diaby's the deepest man for Villa at the minute, and he receives it again. And it's going to go all the way back to Martinez by the look of it, and he does. I mean, that's overplaying for overplaying's sake, I think. Martinez goes long, looking for the run of Watkins.
Trippier wants him to flag for offside, but he's not doing it.
So we play on with the ball. But we're under a little bit of pressure here. We'll bring it back to Botman. And Botman plays square for Burn. Burn can pick up a pass. Looking for Gordon. He might go for Gordon. But he's going to go deeper than that, I think. Or back to Botman. No pressure at all again.
Free kick.
Yeah, I think we would have, yeah. Anyway, Newcastle do play themselves out, play into position 90 now. And Pope plays it to Trippier, who has some space in front of him. The ball does get to Anthony Gordon. I thought it was a poor pass at first. Gordon has it, but he loses it. Well won back by Bruno Guimaraes there. He looks for a pass over the top. He's very ambitious. Would he get there? He does get there. It's a brilliant ball. And Dina covers, plays it out for throw-in.
Great ball from Bruno. That's the first one that's worked, but, much, much better. Good defending from this corner as well. Trippier alert to the danger at the back post, heads it away.
He was caught out a couple of times last season doing that, wasn't he? And this time he was alert to it.
Although Dan Burn losing the header to Douglas Luiz, dude, come on.
Not great, is it? Throw-in's taken. Isak receives it and goes backwards. Fabian Schär has it now. He's going to come all the way back to Sven Botman in the centre of the circle. He has Dan Burn square of him, and that's where it goes. Dan Burn forward to Joe Linton. Joe Linton inside the Villa half now. Goes back to Sven Botman in the centre circle in our half. Now Tonali drops deep and picks up. Little ball inside for Bruno. Quickly laid off to Burn. Nice football. Newcastle gaining a bit of possession here and ground too. Gordon going up against Bailey. Comes inside Bailey. He's pulled there, but the referee plays on. Burn plays it back then to Sven Botman's back in our centre circle again. Wide then to Schär. Schär goes forward to Miggy. Miggy turns, gets plenty of time. Miggy can have a run here, I think. Plays it inside for Joe Linton. Ball then inside then for Bruno. And it's all a bit static at the minute. Gordon comes in. Now Bruno. Can he go forward now? He's beat Kamara. Goes wide to Isak. Isak looks offside, but Isak still has it. Still going Isak. Free kick. What's that free kick for?
Don't know. That was generous. Very generous from the referee there to give Villa a free kick. But just trying to pick the lock. But Villa were very, very rigid, very well drilled defensively there. It was difficult to find space. Just playing it around the edge of the box, trying to find a little bit of space and couldn't do it. But it's good. It's good. Well, nicely controlled. Joe Linton is everywhere. He's popped up as a pivot, defensive support, as a 10. He's sometimes playing next to Isak up front. Like, he's absolutely everywhere.
Matthew Cash didn't have anywhere to go there. And good foot in there from Dan Burn. Just couldn't quite roll it into the path of Isak.
Dan Burn's tackling today. Wow. Good effort.
And all the way back from Konza to Martin. There's a bit of pressure from Isak. Doesn't get there, but it's a poor kick, I think. And Newcastle will gain a throw in deep in the Villa half. Good pressure there from the Newcastle forward line. Martinez doesn't look his usual self with the ball. Looked a great ball. However, there was no one there to receive it. So it couldn't have been. And Bruno acknowledges his error there. Defence splitting pass. It was a defence splitting pass. Unfortunately, there was no attacker there to take advantage of it.
I think he was just assuming somebody was going to make the run. I think Jason's right here. He said, we've got these rattled. I would agree. I think they're a little bit nervy, to be fair. They're trying to hold on and make sure that they don't concede another one before half time.
I agree. They do look very rattled at the back, especially the keeper. In fact, the referee's having a word with him about time wasting madly. Oh, God, I forgot it was Andy Madley. Christ. Anyway, Matty Cash has it. Long clearance, looking for Watkins. Covered there from Cher was good, but not very good clearance. Picked up there by Kamara. Now goes wide to Diaby, who's come out to the flank this time. Inside to Douglas Lee, centre circle. Trying to spread it wide from McGinn to the wide player Dina on the far side. Dina has Trippier against him. Cross comes in, hits Trippier's foot and goes out for throwing.
Important block there. We don't want Digne crosses going into the box because that's how we conceded.
Throwing's taken Dina. Back it goes to... Well, it's now with Kamara. Well cut out from Trippier again. Defensively, he's solid himself up the past 20 minutes, to be honest. Now Joe Linton, didn't quite fall for it, but he does fall for a goal. That's a foul, referee. Has to be a foul. And it has to be a yellow card too. Sliding through the back, through the player. Has to be a card, that. Notable by its absence, so. Oh, dear me. Anyway.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I don't think the ref's been too bad yet. Let's touch wood.
Oh, that's a poor pass there from Bruno, in fact. Very lax, and Villa can take advantage. Pau Torres. Now to Kamara. Looked like a foul from Gordon, but the referee played on and eventually went back for the advantage a good 2 seconds later.
Yeah, I wish we had the same advantage length there. Normally, our advantage lasts half a second.
Free kick to Villa, 45 yards from goal, central, very central. Douglas Luiz is taking it. Floats it to the far side, looking for Dina. No one's got out to him. Dina's got space to get across it. Joe Linton goes out to cross him. Stretch there from Cher. Well, it's Miggy, in fact, who... Don't piss about there, lads. Now Trippier. Please, don't mess around in your own area. Well played there from... I think it's Tonali there. Oh, is it Miggy? I don't know who it was.
It's Miggy, yeah, it's Miggy.
Miggy. Brilliant play from Miggy. And Villa do have the ball, though, back in their own half. Going all the way back.
Oh, he didn't want that.
He's
given it as a foul. You've bottled it, ref. You've bottled it. Oh, Joe Linton there, hunting him down for the ball.
Yeah, he got man and ball at the same time. To me, that wasn't a foul. And Cash looks really shaky.
Cash will be very grateful there that the whistle went. That could have gone either way.
The Polish international, yeah, he looks very shaky, I've got to say. I know Villa have the ball now with Bailey widening on their right flank. Well, that's not a free kick, referee. Fuck off.
He's pushed the ball so far away from himself, it can no longer be a free kick. He had no control of the ball.
Yeah, I thought the three men won that ball fairly. And then Bailey fell over like a sack of spuds. Ref fell for it. Since Alex has said he hasn't been too bad, he's been awful. Anyway, it's with Douglas Luiz, ball for the middle. Diaby has it, a bit of space on his flank for Bailey. Burns got to get across to him. Gordon helps him. Back it goes to Diaby, who's very deep. Square it goes then to... Oh, it's a great 1-2. Diaby's in on goal here. It's a side netting. Should have scored.
Yeah, he's tried to sneak it in near post. Nick Pope stayed big. That was poor from us there, not tracking that. That was Joe Linton, followed the ball. I'm not sure who really should have been picking him up there, but somebody should have done.
Yeah, Joe Linton's ball watching. Dan Burns not alert to it. The only one it is Botman, and he can't get back quick enough. If Diaby had gone a cross goal there, it was 2-2. 42 on the clock, but they're going to have at least 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 minutes injury time here. Very serious injury to Tyrone Mings, unfortunately.
People asking about Gordon's position. Well, I mean, you could say the same about Joe Linton's position. Everybody seems so capable of playing different positions.
Oh, come on, ref, fuck off. That's a good tackle. Suddenly the referee decides it's a game of basketball and there's no physical contact allowed.
As soon as I said the ref's done okay, it's been shocking the last 3 or 4 minutes.
It's a physical game. You're allowed to tackle. Anyway, poor from Villa. Piss poor from Villa, in fact. And Nick Pope has the ball in his grateful arms. And it's with Sven Botman waiting for a bit of pressure to come to him because it's Burn, trying to create a bit of space behind. Poor pass from Burn. Gordon, well, we're at 6 and 7s here. Burn wants the ball to go out. It doesn't. So in the end, he gives it a bit of Peter Kay and have it down the pitch. Konza comes in and interrupts it. And Villa are on top at the moment, I've got to say. Good tackle from Miggy. Not a free kick ref. I'm surprised we haven't given a free kick. He's gone for the return here. He's had offside, but Miggy isn't. And Miggy...
Come on, Miggy.
He got cut off there. Well played from the Villa defender, Torres there. Very nousy there to cut Miggy off. Gordon gets a push in the back and the ref gives a free kick.
I think Cash deserves a yellow now. That's what, 3 or 4 from Cash?
Yeah, exactly.
He's very lucky he's not in the book there. Referee needs to start counting fouls.
Oh, it's blatant as well. You know what I mean?
Amazing work rate from Miggy there. Forced Martinez to come out and actually do something with it. Had to make a decision. Miggy chasing lost causes for days.
He was.
He was on the left wing as well. Just shows
Floating
how
ball
far
down
he
the
runs.
line, looking for Miggy. That's a foul, referee, surely. He's not going to give it. I think he's just going to say he's fell over.
That was Trippier.
Trippier's tripped by Dean, yeah? Trippier
He's
doesn't complain about things
enraged as
like
well.
that. We'll see here on the replay. Well, it's just a foul. That's the... How the ref hasn't seen that and the linesman stood next to it.
I mean, they're both watching the ball, but Digne's gone into the back of Trippier there, hasn't he?
Pathetic officiating by the two of them, actually, not just Madley. The referee's assistant also made a ball.
Well, you've got to blame the linesman there.
Yeah, you have, definitely. McGinn trying to get the ball around the back to Watkins. Watkins going against Share. He's got Trippier at his back also. Shouldn't get through here, Watkins. Does get a ball through, though. Great defending there from Joe Linton to get back. And Newcastle can clear it with Bruno. And it does do. Looking for Isak. Isak gets a shove in the back. Ref gives it to. Free kick to Newcastle.
Well done, Isak. Taking the pressure off, winning us a free kick on the halfway line. Great job.
The 45 minutes are up, but we're going to see how long the injury time we're going to get. It's going to be a fair chunk of it. Could be the biggest ever, I think, this one. Let's have a look. Any chances showing us? 10 minutes injury time, folks.
I'll tell you what, I think Douglas Luiz deserves a book in there for protesting. He actually tried to play on contact from his own player as well. A little bit cheeky there.
Or would have been booked as well, hasn't it?
Well, yeah.
And now Newcastle have a free kick. It's 20 yards into our half. Trippier takes it, looking for the win of Joe Linton. Connors is alive to it and gets headed to it. Great ball from Isak, or should have been, and didn't actually get it out to Miggy in the end. Pressure from Newcastle doesn't work this time. Villa play through it, and it's with Douglas Luiz in the centre of the pitch. Trying to find the ball inside. Cash has it. Good footing from Byrne. Ball will fall then to Bruno. Bruno has it. Getting pressure from Kamara, and his foul from Kamara. Referee plays on the ankle again, by the look of it. Newcastle do come forward, though, with Smiggy on the far side. Got Trippier outside him, comes back to Tonali. Tonali goes into the same area again. We'll lay it off to Miggy. Miggy will come back to Fabian Schär. Bruno's okay, but he's now running on his leg again, so it's fine. Botman, wide then to Anthony Gordon. Inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton's got Kamara at his back, rolls it back to Dan Burn. Dan Burn will go back to Sven Botman. Keep ball at the minute, 46 and a half on our clock. I know your head back there at home. The ball is with Dan Burn. Good football from this Newcastle, maintaining possession, and now can get Gordon going at Bailey. From the cut inside Bailey, does do, plays it off for Joe Linton. He's fouled off the ball there. Referee plays advantage. And it might mean Miggy has a dig. Miggy goes wide though to Trippier. Gordon's still on the deck. He's getting up now.
And Kamara's stolen Gordon's shoe.
Anyway, Newcastle in the box with... Oh, he could have shot there, Bruno.
Kamara's
Miggy
got
got
Gordon's
Tonali.
shoe.
Still the ball's in the air. Very, very disjointed. Cross comes in. Emily Martinez is going to get that.
Oh, it's a shin pad or a shoe. He's got his own shoe. That was such a weird phase of play. What happened there?
I'm not sure we ever did get any advantage from that. But I mean, Bruno could have shot there. He didn't. He tried to lay it back, and it ricocheted pinball in the penalty box.
Kamara, he nearly made a mistake because he hadn't got a shoe on.
Bit of head tennis. Good tackle from Byrne. Wins the ball there from Diaby. The ball is now with Trippier. Tonali leaves it for Isak. Isak's going to the defence. Isak plays it wide to nobody. Poor pass that. But we do look good going forward, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, these passing sequences will work. We're looking really good in attack. Lots of interesting, creative passing combinations, something that we didn't have during that rut last year. I can't see us not scoring another goal, to be fair. If we keep doing this, one of them will work.
I agree. We look very dangerous going forward. Konza has the ball in the Villa defence, plays it forward for Diaby. Diaby then to Kamara, and then wide. So a little back foot from Bailey. Botman's alive to that and doesn't even clear it into touch. He gets it down the pitch. Well played, Botman. And Isak gets ahead to it. Unfortunately, head it down to Cash. Ball is now with Douglas Luiz. He goes square for Pau Torres. Torres with Tonali in front of him. Tonali, the very, very advanced in a minute, but a little ball inside for Douglas Luiz. Now it's John McGinn, who's been not as apparent as we usually see him for Villa today in the Villa midfield. Dini's waiting for that pass out wide, and here he gets it now off the layoff from McGinn, in fact. Comes back to Pau Torres. Torres looking for a pass. No pressure on him. Stand there for 10 minutes if you want, mate. Villa have it in the midfield with Kamara. Joe Linton is nearest man to him. Kamara runs across the pitch, looking for a pass, goes square. Very, very static, this from Aston Villa, trying to pull us out of position and get the pace in behind. Which Trippier's now won off Digne. Oh, makes Digne look an absolute clown there. Great ball for two. Miggy, that's good football from Newcastle. Could the ball come inside for Joe Linton? He goes wide instead. Long switch to play to Anthony Gordon. He's gone through his legs and they didn't concentrate. Poor
Was
control.
that left-footed as well from Tonali?
Yeah, it was. It was a great pass. Ooh. Unfortunately, Gordon wasn't concentrating. It nutmegged him, which is unfortunate. But he's going to try and make amends here. And Bruno steps in and knocks it out of play for a Villa throw. Strange that.
Not quite sure why he knocked it out of play though.
Yeah. Matty Cash with the throw. We're halfway through the 10 minutes of injury time, folks. 50 minutes almost on the clock here. Long throw from Cash looking for... Well, that's going to be a Newcastle throw. He's kicked it off his chest.
Me?
It's the most blatant Newcastle throw you're going to see. And fucking Ray Charles gives it to Villa.
Watkins just kicked it off Watkins' chest and they've given it as a Villa throw.
Mental. Absolutely mental. Cash has it now. A little bit of physical contact from Gordon. Cash comes back, gives it to Kamara. Kamara lays it all the way back to Konza. And Villa playing a very, very patient game here. Trying to draw us out, hitting us with the pace when we're not expecting it. Konza will probably go square to Torres. He's looking the other way at the minute, but he's going to turn back, give it to Matty Cash. Newcastle not engaging that deep with that poor pass. Now Isak has it. Isak can go at the Villa defence here. He's got a run of Miggy. Can you send him through? There he goes. Miggy's through to poor pass. A bit hard. Had all the space to aim for and didn't hit it hard enough to get Miggy through. Yeah, a bit disappointing that from Isak. But Villa do have the ball now with Konza.
I mean, he arguably could have taken that on himself because both centre halves followed Miggy there.
Yeah, could have. But he had all the grass to aim at him behind him, and he just didn't hit it hard enough. I know Villa on the counter now with the RB. Gordon's getting back close to him. This time he lets him go. Plays it in for Watkins. That's a great tackle from Botman. And now it's Tonali. Great tackle that's from Sven Botman. He's having a great game so far. Isak's come very deep on the right flank. Gets it back. First touch weren't great, but he just go past two players. That's a foul, referee. Didn't give it. Fuck's sake. Absolutely mental. Fucking madly, he's right. He's fucking madly fucking deluded, that twat. Watkins has it in a very advanced area of Villa, level with the penalty area, comes inside the penalty area, quits inside Trippier. Great tackle from Bruno. And a great block from Bruno also. This has all come from a real bad refereeing mistake at the end where Isak was poleaxed and the ref didn't give it. Villa on the attack with Bailey. Right flank, cross comes in, should be headed away from Botman. It is. It's going to fall for Cash again. Bounces over Cash's head. Can someone get some pressure on him? They can. And the ref gives a free kick for it. You're a fucking disgrace, you fucking Villa twat.
Cash made a mistake and lost the ball.
You might as well put a fucking Villa shirt on, Madley, you fucking dimwit. Christ almighty. I don't know about fucking Robert Madden. I'd rather have Richard Madeley refereeing this. He's been fucking shocking.
Yeah, two big decisions for some reason. And Villa shouldn't have possession. They shouldn't have a set piece. This has been a minute of pressure from Villa that they don't deserve. It should have gone our way. Bizarre refereeing. It was fine up until about 35 minutes.
Well, since you said he was doing all right, basically. Anyway, Villa have a free kick central. The run going from Digne. They're looking for Digne. They're going to find Digne. Newcastle went to sleep there. Great header there. It looks like there's a flag offside. Brilliant header from Cher. Anyway, but the referees give a free kick. Digne was offside. Not the best looking of chaps, is he, Digne? Well, I'm not sure whether it's a foul. It must be a foul. Newcastle had the ball.
That's a red card.
That's a red card.
That's a red card.
There's a player.
Martinez has done is out of his box.
He's going to give me a yellow.
Red card.
No,
what?
There's a player in the middle of the goal. There's a player in the middle of the goal.
It's a goalkeeper. That has to be a red card. What? He's going over, touching Miggy's face confrontationally. Send him off. That's disgraceful.
I think VAR should look at this.
Instead, that's got to be sent off. Not only is he giggling at the fact he's only got a booking, he knows he's gotten away with it. He then starts going touching people's faces. Get him off the pitch.
To be fair,
instantly.
If that was a no round, and there was a goalkeeper,
He's gone straight for the player.
He's run away from goal. Yeah, that's a red. That's a red. VAR,
Absolutely disgraceful.
I don't think VAR is looking
Absolutely
at it.
disgraceful. If we don't get 3 points from this game, straight away it's down as a fixed match. Ridiculous. Utterly ludicrous. Incompetent match. We're only 1/2 in.
King Hoddle said not already, ain't scoring from there. He could have cut in. He could have cut in easily. He was one-on-one with a player who's not a goalkeeper, can't handle it.
The defenders can't handle the ball. The covering players can't handle the ball.
Exactly.
So it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Incidentally, Sven Botman's been booked for a bit of dissent, which is ridiculous.
We get a yellow card for their absolute madness. Nonsense. Nonsense.
Anyway, it's going to be virtually the last play of the match. I don't know, he might have had a couple more minutes on here, but 54.5 minutes have gone of 45 play. 10 minutes injury time, of course. Trippier's going to take an out-swinging free kick. In it comes looking for Newcastle. Can he fire one? There's plenty of players there. Unfortunately, it didn't fall to the right man. Byrne got in the way, really, there, Joe Linton. And it'll be a goal kick. That should be the end of the first half.
Shocking officiating. Shocking officiating. It was reasonable for 35-ish minutes. I wasn't too unhappy with any of the decision making, but then 2 or 3 bizarre decisions for Villa, and then this Martinez one is disgraceful. That I don't care. There's people in the chat saying I'm wrong. I completely disagree. The fact that those covering players can't handle the ball makes a big difference.
And then after that, he put his hands on Miggy's face. So it's 2 yellows at the very least. And then the ball's been cleared. The referee's playing on over the 55. And Villa have the ball with McGinn, who's been pressured by Newcastle throw that. And he is indeed. He'll give us a small battle. He just doesn't want us to win the war, does he?
Give him a card.
Newcastle played it from defence nicely. Dan Byrne has it. Comes down the line for Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon comes inside. Good night, referee. That's a yellow card as well.
Can we get some yellow cards out here?
Come on, Madley. For fuck's sake, get your life in order, man.
Not even remotely close to the ball. Just a lazy foul. Eddie Howe's not happy on the touchline, and I'm not surprised.
They've come to kick us off the park, basically.
Well, they've tried to match us, and it's not working. We're 2-1 up. We look better. We look like we're going to go ahead.
His fucking shin, man. Not been booked.
Somebody for Villa has to be... There's no way that they finish the game with everyone on the pitch. Not a chance.
Scandalous. Scandalous. Anyway, I'm going to be offside from this free kick because they're all offside and it doesn't fall for us anyway. And I think that's half-time. Half-time whistle's gone. Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 1. Very, very, very exciting first half. Lots of incidents, Alex, to talk about. We took the lead. I can't remember who scored it. It was Tonali, wasn't it? Great goal.
It was Tonali, yeah. Yeah, great first half from us. I think we showed a decent amount of control of everybody complaining with the referee here going, come on. McGinn also trying to get involved. Oh, there's a bit of handbags here. McGinn's trying to pull Botman in, talking to the referee, trying to get someone in trouble. You need to just walk away. Trippier is absolutely not having any of this.
Botman's been booked. What McGinn's trying to do is get him done again. That's what's happening there.
Yeah, so they're trying to. They can't beat us on the pitch, unfortunately.
Fucking vile.
I was very, very complimentary of Villa, but just because you've not been able to match us in the first half doesn't mean you got to start playing like that. But anyway, first half super exciting. 2 very good goals. Good goal from Villa, to be fair. Reasonable quality. It did go a little bit silly. I think the refereeing definitely hurt the game. A lot of stop-start where it wasn't necessary. A few decisions for Villa that weren't. They were very clearly our decisions. It wasn't even like 50-50. They were clearly our decisions. And I don't agree with the Martinez one. We'll have to have a look at the rules. Potentially the rules say it's not a red, but I think that should be changed purely based on the fact that
it was a Villa player
you can't handle the box. Those defenders can't handle the ball, though. So if you get the ball in and around Martinez, whoever's covering that goal cannot save the ball. It is an unfair advantage. And in that position, I don't think a yellow is strong enough for what's occurred.
But even after what happened afterwards, though, Martinez giggling and then pushing his hands into Miggy's face, that's a yellow card. You can't put your hands in players' faces. So even if it is yellow, it should be off the pitch.
In the
Go on, mate.
Billy.
I was going to say an excellent point made by Sarah Sinai there. He says, ref's been terrible. Gordon's been clattered a half a dozen times at least. And I don't know if Cash did Cash get booked? I'm not sure if he did or not. You know,
he should have been. Yeah, I'm not sure if he did.
We're not being protected by the referee. Some of it's been scandalous, to be honest. Bad injury to Tyrone Mings also, which was where we get the injury time from. And Paul Torres looks a much more cultured player than he'll ever be, I've got to say.
But there's people saying that the goalkeeper, it's not a goal-scoring opportunity. But the fact that we would have had play in front of the goalkeeper and the people covering the goal can't handle the ball in the box, that surely increases the chances of it. You know, you can play the ball around. We had players up there. You can't handle the ball. It's not the same. It's not the same value of opportunity. If Miggy can carry on that run or give the ball to somebody, whoever's covering that can't touch the ball. It is a completely different scenario. That has to be factored in, surely.
Vortex says there on comms, Platty, I'm assuming means David Platt, said red for their goalkeeper. Keown said red for even making that decision to come out, and both said the last tackle on Gordon was an orange card.
Well, I don't think he got anything for it.
No, he didn't. Didn't even get yellow. Sophia says they're not as good as we are, so they've decided to just go full UFC. I agree with that. I think they are trying to make it.
I'm disappointed. Brighton didn't do this. Brighton tried to match us at the end of last year. It was an exciting game against Brighton. They got a goal back with Undav, and it was really exciting to watch. I'm a little bit disappointed that Villa aren't trying to match us because I think they've got quality. I don't think they need to do this. They've just gone, we'll just use McGinn. We'll try and banter it with Martinez, and we'll be a bit cheeky. And if that's the way they're going to try and play the rest of the season, I don't know. I don't really want them in Europe if that's how it's going to be. You play well or you go home. But, you know, Emery's always been about that. Villarreal had a bit about that in Spain as well when he was managing there. So, just what it is.
Sharma says the defence has been shaky so far, letting Villa have too much possession. I think we're letting them have possession, but in areas of the pitch where it's not hurting us. So, yeah, I think we've actually defended okay, apart from a couple of errors maybe. The goal was one, but apart from that, I think we've been pretty good. Anthony Gordon has come back cover run to shepherd the RB out wide and make his chance harder. It was fantastic play from Gordon. He's been really good first half, Alex.
Yeah, anybody who's mentioned Gordon in pre-season in a negative way, because there's been a lot. I know Arturo's not a big fan of him. You can see why. It's not just the pace. He's, you know, Matty Cash is absolutely terrified of him. Every time he gets the ball, he's being fouled. He's causing a lot of problems. He's helped coordinate goals. Additionally, his defensive work rate has been outstanding. I feel like a few players deserve an extra shout. I think Isak's been really good at dropping deep and staying high when necessary. He's won a few nice free kicks for us, relieved pressure, been able to turn and drive the ball. Really, really nice balanced play from Isak. Miggy growing into the game a little bit more, to be fair.
Yeah, he is. And while Miggy's been growing into it, I think the emphasis is not so much down the left-hand side, is it? Trippier's come into the game much better as well. I think he started really shakily, but he's been really good since. Geordie says Bruno's been sloppy as hell, but I don't think so. I think he's played really well first half. Couple of errors, but apart from that...
a few errors, but he's not made any errors where it's been a problem for us. He's done a couple of overhit passes and he knocked the ball out, but it wasn't really a dangerous thing for us. But a few decent balls and little link-up plays. I think Tonali's been excellent. Obviously, he's on the score sheet. He's done very well, to be fair. I'm quite impressed with Tonali.
Roger makes an excellent point here. Blatant intention. It's the intent, isn't it? He intended to stop him from going towards goal. Equals threatened fouls, equals red. We'll have to have a look at the law, to be honest. To be honest, yeah. It's been a good game of football, though, but yeah, the referee's been awful, I've got to say. The Clon lad's now been a member for 8 months. He says the physical difference in Gordon between January, as seen in documentary, and now is unreal. From a skinny wimp to a beast. I agree. Yeah, he's been really good.
There's a few people mentioning Burn. I mean, this is a tricky one. You've got to take a step back and think about this logically. Open your mind for a second. He has been good in that he's defended okay. He's won the ball back a lot. However, they are targeting him for
Yeah.
what reason? Why
Yeah.
why are they setting up tactically to try and beat Dan Burn? Think why that is. Like for people saying, "Oh, Dan Burn's fine," he is fine. He's doing really well. He's doing fine with every tackle he's had to make, position he's had to be in. He's done fine. However, why would a team target him if he wasn't a weakness? They're targeting him because it's easier to get round him than it is anybody else in that sort of, there is a reason for it. It's not that we don't like Dan Burn. I like Dan Burn. I think he's having a decent game. But he's done fine. If he does the same this half as he does, if he does the same in the second half as he's done in the first half, then that's more than fine. He's doing that. I've said fine too many times. He's doing fine.
I think you're right what you said about Gordon. Now I think they're just showing that Martinez incident again now. Oh, he's that to me. That's a red card. I'm sorry. I think you're right about Gordon. I think he's emptying his tank, and I think he'll come off once he's gone, and Barnes will come on and maybe create a bit more, and hopefully they can get cash on the yellow card. Also, should already be on one. Let's be honest. Alex, I'm going to leave you for 2 seconds. I need to pay a visit.
Yeah, no worries. So, while Billy's gone, who have we not spoken about? I mean, Fabian Scher and Botman we've not really touched on so far. I think they've both been okay. Scher's put in some good tackles, been very careful. Although I still need to double check who missed the header that Watkins got, because he got a free header. But Botman's been quite good at covering where necessary, to be fair. He's had a good game. Substitutions, I think Billy's right. I think Gordon's going to come off. He's put in a lot of hard work in. I think that's an easy sub. I think it's Barnes for Gordon. Maybe 55, 60 minutes. Harvey Barnes against Matty Cash. Matty Cash is already having a difficult time. Barnes is going to do the same thing. He's quick. He's going to cut inside. It's going to be the same thing that's already working. The question is, do we take Isak off? Does Wilson get minutes? If so, how many? That will change the way we play a little bit. Isak's been coming a lot deeper than I anticipated he would. And then obviously we've got Murphy could come on in a number of positions. And is Anderson on the bench? I think Anderson's still on the bench as well. So options, definite options. You never know. He might not even go with Barnes. He might go with Anderson. He might surprise everyone. A midfield change. Longstaff's on the bench. Is he going to let all three midfielders play 90 minutes? Is he going to rotate? Bring someone in just for a bit of extra legs? Again, it depends a lot on how the second half goes. Obviously, we played a lot of minutes in that first half. That stoppage did cause a lot of issues. And hopefully, I've not heard. I don't know if anybody, because obviously when we're on stream, we're keeping an eye on the match. So I don't know if anybody knows how Tyrone Mings is doing. But for anybody who joined us late, he's buggered for the season. 50-50 with Isak. He's done his knee ligaments in, or he's twisted something. It's an ACL. It's something real bad. The poor man was crying on the floor for about 10 minutes. It looked very painful. So hopefully he's okay. But I mean, happy with certain things, angry with certain things, but an extremely exciting first half, to be fair. And on that note, I'll let you carry on, Billy, and I'm also going to go for a little break.
I don't blame you, mate. Yeah, it's been a really good half of football. Three really good goals, to be honest. Refereeing has been appalling, but anything you can see in a game of football is exciting. We've seen it all today. Don't forget, folks, if you are, obviously, if you're in the chat, but if you're watching us and you're not chatting, hit that subscribe button. You can join us in the chat and make comments, and you can also donate to the channel by hitting the $ sign beneath the chat, and your comment will go straight to the top. I shall read it out straight away. That's with a subscription. Membership's also available by clicking the join button. It's like a paid subscription. It does entitle you to our prize draws, of which we gave 2 Newcastle shirts on a way earlier in the week. So it's been a good week for the members. Certainly 2 of them who've won 2 shirts. Anyway, yeah, it's been a really good half of football. Give us a thumbs up also, because the amount of likes we get is very important. It does push up the algorithm on YouTube. And so like-minded football fans can see what a great channel and community we have here. So all that stuff doing. Let's do a few comments before Alex comes back. Some interesting comments here. One from SAV Durant. Almon's been poor. No, he hasn't. Steve Crawford said, I think the ref has been okay. Thought our second goal was fortunate that season. That would have been disallowed. No, it wouldn't, because no one was actually offside. Bottom was never offside when he got his assist, and Isak wasn't offside either. So no, it would never have been offside, mate. About 10 years ago, possibly, but not recently. Peter NFC said to hit the likes, absolutely. Do we think Longstaff comes on for tonight later on? I guess there's a chance of it. But I don't know. Hayden says, I'm recovering from an ACL at the minute. Not nice. Hope you get well soon, buddy. Yeah, it looks a really poor injury, really bad injury for Tyrone Mings. And I've been critical of him over the years, but no one wants to see them kind of injuries on a football pitch. Paulie Mag says, looking forward to seeing Barnes, but don't want Gordon to go off. But he's possibly going to run out of steam at some point, surely. He's run his little legs off, hasn't he, for want of a better word. Connor says, Mings on his way to the RVI for X-ray. Barbara says, great commentary as usual, Billy. Great game, 5-2 to the Toon in the end. Well, look, could happen. I guess it's a possibility. We're in the realms of where that could happen. I don't know how much of a fan I am with this new added time situation. Well, yeah. I mean, Tyrone Mings was down for an awful long time. And the Villa physios, I thought, were appalling. It was 4 or 5 minutes before they even had the gumption. But in fact, it was Kieran Trippier, the call for the stretcher to get him off the pitch. They hadn't kind of sussed anything out. It was obvious that the fact he was crying, taking deep breaths, that he was seriously injured. And the Villa physios sat there over the top of him looking at him. Pathetic. Shit, piss poor club, to be honest. Let's be honest. People not even watching the game trying to comment on it. Well, I don't know about that. A great commentary, says Peter. Thank you very much. Wouldn't be surprised to see Longstaff and Bruin on 6. That's a possibility. We just don't know, do we? Anderson could come on at some point. Hopefully the rest of FIFA Vendetta can hold his bias a bit better in the second half. At least Mings won't be taking the knee for a while since. Oh, God. I know now why there isn't a English ref in the Europe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they're shite. Better than the American ones still, I've got to say. Martin's challenge was a straight red. Almiron could easily have scored from there. I tend to agree. Is anyone else on the edge of the seat? What a game. Yeah, I agree. I think it's been a really good game of football. Ham made all the right calls. Gordon, Tonali and Isak, correct. I wonder what Diaby's entry this like. Might blow himself out, but hopefully. It's kind of been alternating with Bailey, hasn't he? Jock Barr's been a member for 6 months. Great commentary from you both today, lads, says Jock. Thank you very much, mate. Just trying something different. This is the way we're going to go the rest of the season for the home games. When everyone's available, of course. Here he is back now. Commentator said if it was the middle of the pitch, then Martins would have got a straight red.
How does that make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense to me. Because he can run at an angle, can't he? Towards the goal.
I've just been in the kitchen and the telly's slightly further ahead. It does look like Tielemans is going to come on for Leon Bailey for Villa. So they're going to change things around a little bit, maybe try and shore up the midfield. Don't think they've had as much control as they'd like. I like that. I kind of like that because it means they're going to try and play football instead of trying to do all this nonsense. If we're going to be beaten, or I'd rather teams try and did it by playing good football against us, and bringing Tielemans on is an intent. They're going to try and actually play slightly better and try and get a little bit more control. Although I do think Bailey had a fairly good first half, to be fair.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're still leaving the knuckle draggers there, aren't they? I mean, you still got. I'm emphasising how dirty they've been in the middle of the park, but McGinn, Kamara, and Douglas Luiz, they're still playing. If you're going to bring Tielemans on, you just want one of them or two, 3 off, surely.
Yeah, I think it's just to shore up the midfield. I think he's going to maybe change the shape a little bit. Maybe it's going to be only Diaby going on those runs with Watkins, just to get a bit more midfield control, because I think we've been better. I think a lot of possession they've had, they've been fortunate. It's been the referee that's given it, some of them. When it is me for the second half, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've restarted now. Unfortunately, Trippier got pressed straight off the bat and put out for a throw-in. And Villa have got it. Pau Torres is going to step forward, pass it into midfield, and it's overhit and goes straight back to Kieran Trippier. He's going to find Tonali in the middle on the right-hand side. Tonali thinks about the big switch, but it's not on. Unfortunately, loses the ball trying to find Miggy there, and Villa have got it in the middle. Yeah. So Douglas Luiz back to the defenders of Villa. They're just going to try and get some control possession now. Looks like that is the reason why they brought Tielemans on. Tielemans number 8. I need to remember that.
You'll
So
reckon
you've got
Lord,
Tielemans, McGinn, Diaby, and then it's Douglas Luiz sitting a little bit further back with Kamara. So it does look like they've gone for a 4-2-3-1 here in build-up. Got a cheeky little double pivot. Does look like they're trying to play football. Fair enough. Well done, Emery. I'd prefer that than trying to do all this nonsense fouling and just to try and get an advantage. Try and play football.
I mean, they still might be doing the foul a bit.
Oh, my stream decided to restart itself as well. So, Billy, you're going to have to take over for a second.
Okay, yeah, the ball is with the Villa defence. It's with Dini on the left flank. Poor pass with him. Cut up from Tonali. Tonali's first touch wasn't great. And Villa Tielemans gets a foot in. And ref plays on. And Tonali's down injured, actually. He's got
there you go. I've got it back now. Oh, yeah, Tonali looks all right. He's back up. But Villa have got it on the right-hand side now, on the right wing, with Diaby making a run. Gordon manages to stop him. But Diaby versus Gordon is a good little ballad. It tries a little drag back, but it doesn't work. It doesn't find Matty Cash. Gordon skins someone there. Gets the beating on Cash. Cash has got to be booked now. That's foul number 5. Thank you, referee. Foul number 5 eventually draws the booking. Mateusz Gotówka, as he's called in Poland, because he's got a funny name. Oh dear, that should have happened in the first half. Well, at least he's in the book. We've got quite a lot of people on bookings now, so Villa are going to have to be careful. Out to Kieran Trippier from us in the middle. He manages to find Bruno. Bruno's fouled. They're going to play the advantage, although he's not signalling for advantage, which is concerning. Back to Trippier. Back to Miggy on the right. Miggy's trying to find a cheeky little Bruno run. Bruno's in the box, and it goes out for a corner. Tried to drag it back. Bruno is doing his typical, let's go, lads. Straight at the crowd, trying to get everyone riled up. Absolutely brilliant. We're getting Bruno chance. Excellent. Nice little forward run from Bruno. Understood the forward move there that was happening from Miggy and Trippier. Got involved. Nice little cheeky run, and we've got a corner on the right-hand side that Kieran Trippier is going to take. Short corner again. Change the angle. Out to Tonali. Cross in. Doesn't get past the first man. Unlucky. Nice move, though. You can see exactly what they're doing. Yep. Same sort of thing that we got the goal from in the first half. Obviously, just from a corner this time. And it's gone all the way back to to Pope even. We've got the ball. Long searching ball on the right-hand side. Tonali's chasing.
Yes.
And it is a Villa throw.
You're having a fucking giraffe
Did
there.
Digne not touch that?
Yes. He can't be signaling a free kick there, surely. No, it's a throw in. He's come off. He's given a free kick. That's absolute bollocks.
Given a free kick?
Absolute
No, surely that's a throw in.
Well,
We're waiting to see where he's given a free kick. I'm shocked. I was expecting it to be our throw in, not Villa free kick. Although the referee's angry at the position of the free kick. I mean, he doesn't know whether he's coming or going here. He's getting angry with his own decisions. This is bizarre. Terrible refereeing. Even the Villa players are confused that it's in their favour.
I think the referee's assistant gave that one. I mean, that was just shocking. Absolute shocking.
But the referees told him that he stole about 2 yards. It's fine. It's from a defensive position. Just let the game flow. Poor refereeing all round. Right, and Villa have got it on the right-hand side. Dan Burn is being run at here. Gordon's back to help him. Matty Cash is going to turn around and put it back all the way back to his defenders. They're going to recycle it. Cash probably could have carried on there, but I think he was told instructionally to move back. I think Cash is being shackled somewhat here. I don't think he's being able to play his normal game. I think there is a big tactical influence on where players are meant to go and what they're meant to do in this Villa side. They're very rigid. Still got the double pivot with Kamara and Douglas Luiz. Villa are knocking it around the middle of the park. They've managed to work it through to Diaby. He's driving centrally in the 10 position. He's tried to play out wide to find Digne, but Miggy's got it and he's on a run in midfield. He's managed to beat 2. He's played it centrally to Isak, out on the left to Gordon. Gordon's going to have a go now.
Go him.
Yeah, Miggy's back on the left. He's going to drag it to the... just too far. It's gone across goal. Tonali's going to keep it on the right-hand side, near the corner flag. Tonali's going to dink it into the middle to Gordon. Oh, and it's out. Is that a corner? Did it come off a Villa player? It did. Gordon's cheering the fans as well. Let's go. Let's suck it into the net. Come on. Excellent from Miggy there to start the whole thing off on that counter attack. Brilliant. He might have possibly been off, but it doesn't matter now. It's fine. Miggy across the 6-yard box, trying to find either Isak or Tonali waiting. Just in that corridor of uncertainty. No, but nobody could quite get it, unfortunately.
I'm glad it didn't.
Here in Trippier corner.
Come back, wouldn't it? It'd have come back, that would have, I think.
Oh, we've done a few short routines. Is he going to hit it this time? He is. It's a normal corner. And it's Conter over the bar for another Newcastle corner. Nice variety there, mixing it up. We've gone through some nice short corner routines. This time, Trippier straight into the middle of the box. They've had to deal with it. Dangerous there. Burn was charging at that. Better corner from Trippier as well. Right, attempt number 2. Come on, let's get this in the back of the net. Joe Linton looks hungry. He's waiting. Find someone. Oh, I'm not sure who's hit that there. There's about 5 players on the floor. Everybody's fallen over. I think Botman's had a go and it's gone out for a goal kick. Everybody leapt for the ball. Nobody really won it. Big heaps on the floor. Martinez is going to take a goal kick. Decent sustained pressure there. Very nice from the lads. We've got, again, from Martinez's goal kick, I can see 5 black and white shirts in the frame. So we are very high up this pitch. Tonali involved in the press with Miggy on that right-hand side. Gordon's up front now. Isak's dropping into the 10. They're trying to play it around the defense, but we are still being very, very aggressive here. Still near their box. They're not out yet. Gordon's chasing.
Brilliant.
Gordon with a nice slide tackle. And
Fuck
the
off,
referee
referee.
penalise him for winning the ball.
Him for
And
it.
he's going to book him for
You're
it.
having a fucking laugh there,
An
ref.
amazing run from Gordon. Slid round the side, got the ball. Let's see the replay here. Were we wrong?
Yes.
We were wrong.
However,
Camera angles matter, guys.
however,
I mean, it looked great from the standard view, didn't it?
that's his first foul. Cash had done 4 or 5 of those on him. Got booked for the 5th.
Yeah, I mean, foul, yes. A yellow. I mean, the nature of the slide, it always wants them, they always want to give yellows for slide tackles, don't they? Right, well, Villa have got it here on the right-hand side. Diaby's got some nice footwork, but he's being nibbled at by Gordon and Byrne there, and he's had to go all the way back into midfield. Dinier's got it on the left-hand side. Douglas Luiz has got it. We've backed off quite a lot here. Kamara out to Matty Cash on the right. Joe Linton presses Kamara. Tonali presses Douglas Luiz. Just keeping it in the middle. We're keeping our shape. Only one's going to press at a time just to force the pass. It's out left with Pau Torres now. It's going to be Trippier against Digne if it goes that way. Back to Luis in the middle. Digne's been left open. Trippier had to follow his man. Miggy should have gone there.
Yeah.
Trippier is obviously pointing at players. We didn't do well there. That was well worked from Villa, and we didn't follow the correct runners, really. There was space for Digne. They found an overload. And it is a Villa corner. Matty Cash at the back post is free. Can someone pick him up, please, guys? Bruno's going to do it. Bruno, come on.
That's all right.
Yeah, easy to deal with there. It was a poor corner. Just beat the first man, and it's out for a goal kick for us. Still 2-1 up. So the emphasis is on Villa to try and get another goal back if they want any points from this game. So even though it is a frustrating game at the moment, we're still in the lead, guys. 2-1. It's still good. Positives.
Well, this might fall for us. Oh, you're joking. The 2 Villa players collided. Give him a free kick.
Was it Joe Linton and Conser there challenging for a goal kick?
I think it was 2. I think 2 Villa players collided. I don't think to do with Joe Linton. The ref gave a free
Villa
kick.
have got it again in the middle. And they're just trying to keep the ball here. Obviously, Tielemans coming on. Oh, they've tried to play a little round the corner ball for Diaby, but it was way too overhit. Nick Pope collects and rolls it out to Bruno.
He's
Now
quick.
we've got the
Yeah,
ball.
that quick.
No, nobody's that quick. Bruno's looking for a switch. He can't see one. Miggy's got it now in the centre. Don't know what Miggy's doing over on left mid. Can we sort our shape out maybe? Burns got it. He's going to ping it long, but Nobody's there. Isak's going to try and chase Konsa and beat him to this.
Well
Referee's going to
played.
blow for a free kick. Is he?
No, he's not.
No. Oh,
Should've scored.
Martinez. Gordon's got it in the box.
Penalty.
I'm very confused. He's waving. The referee is strange
Offside.
here. Offside. Fair enough. Sorry, guys. That was very difficult to commentate on. I didn't know what was going on because the referee actually put his whistle in his mouth as Isak won the ball there. So I thought he was going to get blown for a foul. But he let it go. Isak drove into the box. Martinez, very, very good save. And then Gordon's follow-up was offside, unfortunately. I don't know why the referee's putting the whistle in his mouth if he's decided it's not a foul.
Isak should have squared that. I'm sorry, he should have squared that. Is Isak offside?
He's offside in that initial ball anyway. So if that had have led to a goal, I think it might have been ruled off. It was marginal, but I wouldn't have been confident that that would have been given.
Don't think the linesman should be flagging
Bruno's
for them,
fouled
to
in
be
the
honest.
middle. He's going to give it. Well done, referee. You've got a decision correct.
I don't think the linesman should be flagging for that. It was millimetres, if anything. Linesman shouldn't be flagging for that.
Yeah, unless you're very, very confident.
It's that fucking bolt twat again, isn't it? Nigel Kennedy.
Well, we've got the ball. Botman to Burn. Bruno in midfield. Skips past his presser. And Gordon makes a run on the left. Bruno finds him. Gordon's going to run it centrally. Tries to thread the ball through to Isak. Isak on Konsa. He's robbed him. He's dinked it. It's in the net. It's 3. What a goal. Konsa, complete lack of concentration. Isak went from the left, drifted around to the right-hand side. Konsa, for some reason, doesn't have an eye on that side of his face. Isak robs the ball. Cheeky little dink into the corner of the net. Peter Dinklage has arrived.
Peter Dinklage. Is he offside? No, he's not.
Yeah, brilliant from Bruno there. Beats his presser, releases Gordon. Konsa gets this all wrong.
Konsa.
Isak robs it. Lovely dink. And Miggy was waiting anyway.
Might be an own
Always
goal.
gonna be a goal.
Did it come off
Konsa's got
Konsa's
hold of
foot?
Isak's shirt as well there, to be fair. So,
Yeah, would have been a
and
penalty.
his hand. Oh, he's actually ripped. I'll tell you what, guys, in the build-up to that goal, he's ripped Isak's shirt. So that's a pen no matter what, even if we don't score. 3-1. Great goal.
I don't think he did deflect either. I think it's a natural chip. No, he isn't. He chipped it. What a finish that is. What a finish.
To Peter Dinklage. That's what that is.
It
In
is
style.
Peter Dinklage.
2 goals for Isak. Who's got Isak in there? Is it 2 goals for Isak?
Yes, I've got Isak in my fantasy team. Alongside Haaland.
Who scored 2? Who scored the goal number 2?
Isak's got 2, yeah. Isak's got 2, hasn't he?
Yeah, Isak 2. So I'm assuming most of us have got Isak in our FPL team. So, Haaland and Isak, for everybody who's got him up front, are doing very, very well. 3-1 up.
Dynamic detailing with the 499 super chat. Great commentary, guys. What a match. Loving the pair of you two. Alex makes me so anxious for some reason. Oh. It's getting all the freaking goals. Know that.
God, I'm knackered now. Right, well, it's kicked off. Villa have got it. Kamara in midfield to Douglas Luiz. We've got a nice defensive shape here. Douglas Luiz is going to hit it from 35 yards, and it rattles off Botman's head and comes back to us. And we're going to clear it out back into midfield. That was ambitious for Douglas Luiz there. That was maybe more than 35 yards out. Miggy on a driving run. He's found Isak on the right-hand side. He's going to drive centrally into the box. Oh, and that should have been 4.
Should have been 5.
Oh, he's tried to get it underneath Martinez's legs. The same that happened in the first half with Tonali. People trying to aim underneath Martinez, and Martinez gets down so quick. He should have gone for another Peter Dinklage, may I add. Should have been 4.
We've been trying to get near post. We've been trying to get near post. I think he's got to go far post, go against the goalkeeper.
This game should be done and dusted, and Villa should count themselves lucky. They're still kind of half in this game, somewhat. Is 2 goals doable? Possibly, yes. But we should be long gone by now. This could have been 4 or 5.
Jason says you are miles behind. Yes, we know. We know this.
60 minutes on the clock for us, guys.
Well played there for Newcastle. Oh, referee.
Gordon's just been murdered in midfield. Please get a card out. Miggy with that great driving run centrally. Kamara so lazy there. Isak's got to score that. Gordon was also open, but he did have a runner with him. I tell you what, I'm very disappointed with Kamara there. If I was a Villa fan, I'd be screaming at Kamara. The 44, they just let Miggy just run through that midfield. Essentially, Miggy was doing Miggy and Isak have been doing exactly what Buendia did to us in pre-season. We've just been driving into space. It's been magnificent. Gordon equally.
Yes, I agree.
Do we need substitutions? Doesn't look like it at the moment.
I think we'll get a bit of freshen up at substitutions. I don't think it'll be down to bad performances. I think we might see a bit of fresh legs at some time. I think
For the non-native speakers in the chat today, a Peter Dink. Sorry, hang on a minute.
Go on in.
Martinez has spilt it. Miggy with a shot, and Martinez has got it. Martinez playing with fire at the back again, heading it outside of his box. Oh dear. Whew. For those non-native speakers in the chat, a dink is one of them in English. So a Peter Dinklage, obviously the guy from Game of Thrones. Yeah, Villa playing with fire, trying to play it out from the back. Martinez with his sweeper keeper, and he's done okay, but fortunate he's not given a goal away from his nonsense. Kamara's got it now, driving into midfield. Out to Matty Cash, or is that's John McGinn? Left footed to Tielemans, in the box through to Diaby, but it's overhit and it's going to go out for a goal kick.
You'll recognise Tielemans in a minute. It's the one that's got his chin on the floor. Look at him.
In his defence, he did break through as a 15-year-old. So you've got to quantify the fact that he's played 11 senior seasons. So even though we consider 26 to be a player's peak in maybe that position, physically he might be, a lot. He's played a lot more minutes than people his age normally do.
Strange comment there from Alfie Baffle Reacts. You're from Toon TV. No, we're not. We're Toon Review. Villa look like they're going to make a change.
There's not a lot going on here at the moment. It is a Villa throw. Looks like, is that Diego Carlos about to come on?
I think so.
That's a funny move. We're 3-1 up.
Yeah.
Dino with a started throw.
Hey.
Tonali manages to go in and challenge for that throw in when it comes in. Pings off a Villa player and we get the throw. Well done, Tonali.
Are they going to go 3 at the back or they're just going to go like for like with Conza? Surely it's going to be...
So it looks like John... Who's that? 7?
McGinn.
So John McGinn's off, but it does also look like Douglas Luiz is coming off, but there's no numbers been shown yet. So
no, they're giving the captain's armband.
Instructions. So John McGinn off for Diego Carlos.
That's a very entertaining sub, isn't it? They're going to go 3 at the back, aren't they?
Potentially. They want to try and keep their goal difference all right. I mean, that's flattering. I'm flattered. So we've got an offensive throw here to Isak. Trippier tries to do a little nutmeg. And Miggy's lost the ball here. And Diaby's going to drive at our defenders. Watkins against Botman. Botman's fallen over. Oh, they've missed it.
Matty Cash.
Matty Cash has skied it over the net. Botman got his ankles broken. Unfortunately, even though it didn't lead to a goal, that is going to be played all over the internet. Botman got turned inside out by Ollie Watkins. Matty Cash on rushing. Didn't get it. Great initial save from Nick Pope.
Poor from Miggy at the start of that. Very poor.
Yeah, Miggy gave that away, which that could have been a goal conceded there. That was Miggy. He knows it's his fault, though. He doesn't do that very often. When players do it regularly, it's an issue, but he'll know that was a mistake and he'll be frustrated with himself. We can't blame him there. Well, we can, but... And Villa have got the ball back again.
Yeah, we've got a bit slack, haven't we, the past couple of minutes?
Yeah, I think they need a bit of a telling off from Tyndall here. Mad Dog needs to shout some instructions because the lads need to focus again. Is he going to give a free kick? No, he's playing on. Tonali with a little ball into Isak. Joe Linton's going to chase it and give it to Trippier out on the right-hand side. Just need to try and keep the ball, Joe Linton.
That'll do us.
Joe Linton kicks it into Dina's face and we win a throw-in.
That's brilliant.
Lovely. What time are we swapping in the second half? What's 22 minutes in?
67 and 30.
Okay. Callum Wilson looks like he's coming on. Okay. Be interesting to see how we do this because obviously Isak can go out wide. Gordon possibly tiring. So it could take off one of two players here, I would imagine.
Yeah, it could be like for like, couldn't it? It could even be Miggy and put Gordon on his right-hand side.
I know. I see it being Gordon or Isak. I think it might be Gordon. Although he might be protecting Isak with he's on a hat trick, to be fair.
This is good. Just keep the ball for a bit.
If he gets 3, he goes ahead of Holland in the Golden Boot as well. So we're just knocking it around at the back at the moment. Burn to Gordon, back to Burn, back to Botman.
I'm happy with
and
this.
back
Keep the ball.
across to Fabian Cher, just trying to keep a bit of the ball.
There would have been a time
They are
we'd have been
pressing
shitting
quite
our
hard.
pants, wouldn't we, at this? But it's Waterford Ducks back now to us, isn't it? Oh dear, Bruno.
Bruno's lost it. He's done what he's done in pre-season. He's been shrugged off, but fortunately, we've got enough bodies back. It's not a problem. We're in shape.
Cash has
But
gone
that's
centre
poor from Bruno.
midfield. Cash has gone into that Kyle Walker type role, hasn't he?
Yeah, funny shape from Villa here. We're going to have to make sure we address this tactically and we're in the right place. Pau Torres to Diego Carlos. And we're not pressing. Isak just letting Carlos walk forward with the ball. Tonali's pressing. Torres, and he's won the ball. Well done, Tonali. We're gonna get a free kick there. Torres needs a yellow card for that. He's pulled Tonali to the ground with his shirt. You've got to get a card out for that. You've pulled somebody down by their shirt.
And he has
Have you
got a
not
card,
got-
yeah.
It looks like we've been booked for protesting the fact. Surely not. Hang on a minute. Let's wait and see if this is clarified. That's if you pull a player down by the back of their shirt onto the floor.
No,
That's gotta be a yellow
I think
card.
I think he's booked Pau Torres.
I hope so. It did look like he was.
Looks like Tonali's going off.
And now the ref's having a word with Bruno.
Oh, because he didn't indicate a yellow card, I think.
Yeah, maybe we're getting told off for that.
Wholesale changes here coming, Alex.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes and Callum Wilson look like they're coming on. 14 for 9. So Gordon's walking off first, though. So it does look like Isak's off for Wilson. Gordon's off for Barnes. We're freshening up centre forward and left wing. Any more? Cher was taking instructions there. I think it's just those two changes. I think it's time for you to. It's perfect cue for you to carry on with this. To be fair.
Yeah, and see no more goals.
Isak needs his shirt changing now. It's ripped.
Yeah, that's the changes, guys. Gordon's off for Barnes and Wilson's on for Isak. Newcastle have a free kick just inside the Villa half. Trippier's played it back to Sven Botman.
And before we get carried away with Billy's commentary as well, because we haven't mentioned it, please subscribe if you're new. If this is the first time you're doing a watch along, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button as well, guys.
Yeah, like button's important, but of course you have to be subscribed to be in the chat. That's a ball over the top, looking for the win of Miggy. Cut out from Dina. Well, wouldn't have. In fact, that is Miggy. Is that Miggy? That's Miggy there, isn't it? So who's out of the ball now? Trippier. Yeah, Trippier. Now Tonali, and now square inside for Bruno. Back it goes to Cher, to Tonali. Going to keep ball here, looking for the win of Wilson. Wilson gets there ahead of the defender, but we get the ball back. Bruno wins it and plays it back to Trippier. Trippier's going to go all the way backwards here, I think. He's got no other option. Curves it outside of the Villa attacker to Sven Botman, and we can go on the other side of the pitch now with Dan Burn. Dan Burn has Barnes outside him. Barnes receives it. First touch of the ball in a Newcastle shirt in a first-class game. Back to Botman he goes. Now down to Cher. Newcastle just maintaining possession nicely. Playing inside Villa. Miggy has it now. Little ball inside for Bruno. Pass for Tonali. Well, slightly behind him and it couldn't keep it in. Bruno
Yeah, he apologised straight away.
And it'll be a throw-in to...
that replay of Pau Torres, that he almost suplexed him.
That's why Bruno's been warned. I think he might be. I think he's booked Bruno for the show. He's booked Bruno.
He's not booked Torres for the foul.
And if Villa on the attack, it's with Matty Cash on the far side, running at Burn, going outside Burn with ease. Looks like cuts inside, goes again. Got cover from Joe Linton. Joe Linton did brilliantly to help him out there, and it'll be a throw to Villa. They're going to get Cash much further forward now, which is now dependent on Barnes to get into the game on that left flank and push them back again. Villa have it with Pau Torres. Goes forward 10 yards, plays it forward, overhits a pass. Watched by Cher, doesn't get to Watkins. Nick Pope takes control of the ball.
Yeah, I think this flatters Villa. They've a few deceptive phases to try and get the advantage. We've been unfortunate not to score more than the 3. Martinez has been outstanding with his saves.
Yes.
I think 3-1 flatters them at the moment.
Trippier with a lovely little ball, little layoff there from Bruno into the path of Tonali. Tonali's gone the whole width of the pitch. That's a fantastic pass to Harvey Barnes. Barnes against Cash now. Cash on yellow card. Barnes showing a little step over, coming inside. Little cross looking for Newcastle player. Nearest player to it was Wilson. Didn't get there. Oh, poor touch from Cher. He's not going to win that either. It's not Share, it's Trippier. That's a poor pass from the Villa player, though, and Dan Burn cuts it out. Joe Linton has it, and now it's with Bruno in the centre circle. Bruno, studying his options, goes square to Sandro Tonali. Tonali's been fantastic today, incidentally. Really, really good. And playing a little keep ball with Trippier here. Trippier has it now. Inside for Bruno getting involved as well. Bruno goes past 3. Little squirt out to the right here to Miggy does. Miggy comes inside, as always, and back to Trippier. Maintaining possession beautifully here, Newcastle United. No panic whatsoever. Square for
Bruno and
Dan Burn.
Tonali starting to enjoy themselves here, actually.
They are indeed. They really are. And now it's with Harvey Barnes. Plays it out inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton turns and plays it back to Bruno. That was a poor pass, poor touch from Bruno, actually. And Bruno has actually, the past 5 minutes, that's a foul. He's been booked as well. Ref didn't see it, luckily. Tonali has it. Yeah, amazing.
Tonali with that switch ball. Ooh.
Amazing that Bruno can get booked for indicating the yellow card, and the bloke that actually perpetrates the actual error, the shirt ball, which is the edict on referees this year to be strict on, doesn't get booked for. Madness. Madness. And Newcastle still have the ball. That's a strange pass, but it does get to Harvey Barnes in the end. Barnes inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton plays the pass. Barnes is shoved off the ball by Cash.
Barnes has been clotheslined.
Was it Cash who done that?
I think they tried to go for the 1-2. Villa sniffed it and just put Barnes on his arse straight away. They weren't going to risk the 1-2 with Harvey Barnes because they know how dangerous he is. He's fresh. We have got the free kick for it, so it's fine, I guess.
72 on the clock, folks. I know we're well behind you guys. That's the way it is. It's with Fabian Schär. All the way across the defence to Sven Botman in the D of the penalty, our own penalty area. Wide it goes to Dan Burn. And he goes down the line. That's a poor pass, really poor pass. Straight into Kamara. Kamara feeds Diaby. Tonali with a fantastic bit of defensive work. Robs Diaby and puts it out for a throw-in. Been outstanding, Sandro Tonali today. Absolutely outstanding. With a goal to boot as well. Wilson put a bit of pressure on Diego Carlos. Now it's with Kamara in the centre circle. He goes wide to Tielemans. Tielemans approaching, going to Digne. Digne up against Trippier. Comes inside. Gives it back to Tielemans. Now it's with Torres, who's very advanced. Back to Digne. Mickey now a bit in the picture. Marking no one in particular. Back to Pau Torres. Ball looking for that. It's good defending from Schär. Very alert to watch the pass there. Was in the right place at the right time. But they do maintain possession now. And put a bit of possession stats here now, Villa. Had the ball for quite a while. Torres goes for a long sweeping ball to the far side where Matty Cash receives it. Up against Dan Burn. Gets a cross. It's a great cross. And Pope gets a cross comes shot. And Pope gets a strong wrist to it and puts it out for a corner.
Yeah, he's fizzed the ball into that corridor of uncertainty there. And unfortunately, it was a little bit too close to Pope and he got a hand to it and tipped it out for a corner.
I think it was going in. The far corner if he had not got a wrist to it. A hand to it, I should say. Digne with this out-swinging corner with a left foot. Can we defend this properly? Hopefully we can. Bruno's are marking Douglas Luiz. No discrepancies. Villa do get ahead there. It's going to go wide, goal kick. And it's off the head of Diego Carlos, who, of course, another one that's come back from an injury. Alfie Baffle says, my name is Bobby Billy. All right, Bobby. Hope you well.
Few people saying Tonali for man of the match so far. I mean, I think it's a little bit early on 74 and a half minutes to give a man of the match. Maybe in 5 or 10 minutes we'll consider it. But yeah, it's close between him and Isak so far. oh yeah, foul there on Harvey Barnes. And I think they're spreading the fouls out now. That's got to be Konza. Is that Konza's 4th or 5th also? Cracking can't come in here from Peter Dolan. He says, we need to get Big John McNamee on to knock the crap out of this Villa ref. Better said, I'll gladly do it instead. I'm 6'8", 19 stone, and a 4th down Aikido. Jobs are good. Well, he wouldn't book you for it, so you'll be fine. Yeah, he wouldn't. Unless you had a Newcastle shirt on, of course. Barnes being pulled off the ball, though. Good strength from Harvey Barnes, I've got to say. But he did, in the end, lose out. And Matty Cash picks the ball up. Matty Cash was a much better player. He's just it there. Matty Cash has got 4 players surrounding him. And Joe Linton with the strength. And Sam Botman relays it back to Pope. Oh, God. Newcastle has it with Fabian Schär. Ball for... Well, it's a foul for Wilson, but he did well to hold it up. Tonali trying to control it with the ball above his shoulder with his wrong foot.
but manages to get the ball back to Trippier, who then gives it to Miggy. Now it's with Bruno. Bruno with this long raking pass. What a pass that is! Just slightly under hit. Barnes can put pressure on now. Cash doesn't know where to go here. Can Barnes get a pressure here? Oh, it gives it to Martinez. That's very panicky. And this will go for a throw-in. Good pressure from Harvey Barnes. Great pass from Bruno.
Incredible ball from Bruno there. Amazing. He's definitely growing into the game.
Now it's with Dan Burn on that far side. Goes back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton looking for a pass. He's going to go all the way back, I think. Here he does. He goes back to Sven Botman. Now Tonali. Great bit of play from him. Wasn't the greatest ball in the world, Joe. Oh, what a great bit of play. Fantastic ball. Can he give it to Wilson? That's a goal. It could be a flag.
Oh, that is... Oh,
there may be flags. There may be flags. The VAR will check this. But what a bit of football from Newcastle United. And Callum Wilson gets his customary goal if VAR doesn't rule it out. They're not celebrating with great gusto, I've got to say.
That was abusive.
We've got a flag here. We've got a flag here. We've got Barnes offside, mate.
Yeah, maybe.
Offside. Barnes offside.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Yeah, VAR's going to rule that one out. Great bit of football, though. Tonali again at the middle of all of it. And Wilson with a great finish.
I mean, you've got to remember, they have changed the rules here with the offside. So this might be considered onside.
I don't think so.
You never know.
He's a yard off there.
You look at the line, though.
Yeah, he's a yard off. There's no way this gets allowed.
I mean, they're checking the second ball. They've wound on from the first one, so they might give this.
No, that's not.
It looks like they've given it.
They've given it,
yeah.
Get the fuck
changed
in.
the rules. 4-1. 4-1. Amazing goal.
They've changed the rules, so offside's no longer offside. Brilliant. Love it.
And we, lads, are first on match of the day. You watch it. They won't put us first. They'll find a way.
Of course they will.
And Wilson's off the mark as well. Both strikers off the mark. Excellent.
And I think our predictions yesterday have been direct to fucking pie.
That build-up, though.
What a great goal. And we've scored some great goals today. Wilson again, win again, yeah? Could have put Barnes in. Should have put Barnes in. Didn't. Dilly-dallied on the ball and lost it. Villa look a beaten side now, and that's a poor pass, and now this could go to a throw to Newcastle really deep in the Villa half. Cash is winning half a level for it. He keeps it in, and Barnes takes it off him. That's gone out of play.
Barnes put it out. This could get embarrassing for Villa if they don't focus. We want 5. We want 5.
Ray Ryan looks very disgruntled there. Dick Henry.
Oh, dear.
Oh, you are awful, but I do like ya. Anyway, Newcastle are on the attack with Harvey Barnes, one on the left-hand side. It's all a bit... It seems... Villa's just seem... We thought we were going to... that piss poor from them at the back. Since they've gone 3 at the back,
they've given up.
They have.
They've down tools. This isn't about focus anymore. Matty Cash is absolutely blown out of his arse. They are knackered and they've down tools. This is embarrassing from Aston Villa. If I was a Villa fan, I'd be furious with these.
If I was a Villa fan, I'd be jumping off a building just for being a Villa fan. It's depressing enough. Oh no, Lord, he's really much. Anyway, Newcastle in the box. Miggy's... Oh, Wilson gone for an impossible angle shot. Past the
he could have given it to Miggy there. It was on.
He should have, yeah. That's why I shouted Miggy.
That should have been 5 as well. The 5th is coming, guys. The 5th is coming. Don't you worry. There's no way with this.
Yeah, free kick there, given away
from DRB to draw a foul.
And
yeah, with the way the defensive players are playing for Villa, there's no way we don't get a 5th. I'll be disappointed if we don't. Villa have completely switched off here. DRB's claiming there was a stamp. Steady on, lad. Careful what you're claiming there. Murphy and Longstaff getting tactical instructions on the side.
Yeah, so it looks like more changes are about to happen. Villa are playing it through the middle. It's Ollie Watkins looking for Yuri Tielemans on this left-hand side, being squared up by Cher. Trippier goes with Digne, and Villa come away back to Pau Torres. Pau Torres inside for Kamara, a little chip over the top, looking for the run of Wilson. Great play from Cher. Well, that's what you call defensive nous, to read the game so perfectly and nodded it back to the keeper, Nick Poe. Brilliant defending from Fabian Cher.
Now, if that doesn't describe what Fabian Cher is as a centre-half, I don't know what does. He doesn't have the athleticism and the pace, but that is what he's good at.
Just quality reading the game, wasn't it? Harvey Barnes, little flick inside, looking for Joe Linton, who's gone ahead of him. Joe Linton shrugs. Great play from Joe Linton. Barnes is on. Barnes is on. We should skip. This has got to be 5 here. Barnes looking to listen to Wilson. Wilson,
Oh my God!
starts out. Martinez has made a. He should have got to score that. Sorry. Brilliant goalkeeper from Martinez.
Martinez is furious with his defenders, and I'm not surprised.
Knife through butter. Harvey Barnes
Oh,
could have gone for goal himself. He's on side. Everyone's on side there. Harvey Barnes could have gone for goal himself. It's 2 against the keeper. And Harvey Barnes comes in. He slowed it down. Squared it to Wilson. Wilson's gone trying to go back across Martinez. Martinez's big boot sticks out and deflects it over the bar. It's a good save, to be honest, but should have
it's
been.
off his bloody legs again. It's always off his
He's
sodding
a
legs.
very lucky goalkeeper, but he does it
He
that often.
is.
He does it that often. That was very lazy from Callum Wilson. I agree with the comment that said there that was lazy. Martin
Well,
Wilson.
Barnes slowed it down. Wilson slowed it down. We needed a little bit more pace in all of that.
Yeah, of course, we scored another goal. We're going to the top of the table, don't we? In fact, I think we're already top.
I think we're already top of the table, with
Yeah.
4 goals scored with a +3 goal
So
difference.
let's get even higher above. And there's a header! There's that over the line! Joe Linton! It's Bruno Gamales. There's obviously been a little penalty. That could be a penalty.
Foul.
No, referee says no. Villa do break with Kamara. Inside. That's, again, brilliant defending. Tonali got back that time. And Tonali just plays it wide here for Miggy. Newcastle is still yet to make them substitutions they were trying to make 5 minutes ago.
We could be on 6 or 7. Villa are a wounded, dying animal right now. They want this game to end. They've got nothing left. They've got no energy. Our fitness is far superior. We should have had 2 or 3 more goals. This is an annihilation. Not even close.
We've got a beautiful hymn that goes around some of the areas of Coventry, a little hymn known as Shit on the Villa. And I think it's shared amongst Birmingham City supporters as well, when they're getting shit on currently. Villa are going to make changes too. See 2 changes on the bottom there. It looks like Coutinho's ready to come on. And Philo Gene, remember him from the American game? He was very dangerous, which to me means Diaby's coming off. But anyway, Newcastle do have the ball. 82, nearly 83 minutes gone. 4-1 to Newcastle. Cakewalk for the team today. And the ball is with Nick Pope. And it's Olay football at the minute. Dan Burn has it. Dan Burn,
Make sure you subscribe. That might get us the 5th.
That's a great ball from Dan Burns, Callum Wilson, who's pulled out to the left, going against Kitchen's side, needs to support, gives it from Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes, left corner in the area. Little turn from Wilson, will he get the foot there? He won't. Stepped in from Paul Torres, who I've got to say has been quite impressive in a poor Villa defence today. It's with Douglas Luiz at the minute, who's had his arse shown to him really by Bruno and Tonali today, the Villa midfield. Not enough creativity from Aston Villa, I've got to say, and this is what's going to stop them this season, especially now with Ben Beer being out. Again, there's pressure here, and they're going to lose it. They have lost it. Bruno, can he square it? He tried to go outside. It's a corner ball. But this is non-stop. This is the fitness of Newcastle United winning this game. Non-stop. They can't get the ball out, and it'll be a corner to Newcastle on the left-hand side.
We need. Oh yeah, somebody just said Brighton beat Luton 4-1, so we need another goal to go top of the league. We deserve a 5th. We need to get a 5th. That replay with the Joe Linton header there from that corner, nearly in goal line clearance, should be 5. We've got to score a 5th here. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll get the 5th. That's how it works.
It is Murphy and Longstaff now coming on.
Finally coming on.
Yeah, so they're going to get a bit of a win bonus.
Anderson a little bit unlucky to not be coming on.
The fourth official's having to go, Eddie here. What's going on here? We're definitely not the most liked team in this league, are we?
No, we're not. We're not here to be popular. But we are 4-1 up at home against a side that everybody predicted would be a really, really good quality side this season and people needed to watch out for. And we've made them look very poor. We are significantly better at the moment.
I wonder what Villa Watch on Twitter's like at the minute.
Well, the way this game's gone, especially with the quality and the fitness in the second half, I feel like you play this matches 10 times. I feel like we win all 10. I don't think Villa have got enough to beat us with the way we are at the moment.
Anyway, the changes are Miggy for Murphy and Bruno for Sean Longstaff. Both have played well today. Both, though, are not the stars of the show by any shadow of the imagination, but they've had good games.
I can see a cheeky Jacob Murphy goal here.
That'd be great. Anyway, it's a corner to Newcastle. It's going to be an in-swinger from Kieran Trippier. I'd like to see Tonali have a go at a corner or two. This actually might be Tonali.
Yeah. Especially because it's from the left-hand side and Trippier's obviously needs to get back to right back.
Yeah. Anyway, it's an in-swinger. Nearly fell for Newcastle. Couldn't fall there to the edge to Murphy. Murphy's going to go all the way back to Tonali, and he goes all the way back to Nick Pope.
Trippier wants it.
Trippier gets it. He's going to hit it with his right long ball, looking for the run of Wilson. In between, he's actually looking for Bob, who stayed there. Got it too. Wilson, we have to give a free kick.
What was the free kick for?
It's got to be an offside, it has to be.
Martinez running out of his goal to scream at someone.
Good evening, you and I. Very good evening.
Coutinho and who else is that coming on?
It's that Philo Gene that played in the American game. I think he's like a wide player, isn't he? Wide right. And Diaby is in fact going off. And so is Matty Cash before he gets sent off. Strange.
Villa are in for a rude awakening if they think they're good enough. If they think these sorts of performances are going to get them back into European football again, they are strongly mistaken. They are going to get played off the park by anybody around mid-table if they put in these kinds of performances.
I think Philo Gene will fit in at wing back now because he played wide in the game in America. And now Villa are attacking us in a minute, and it's with that said Philo Gene actually going up against Dan Burn. Philogene, I don't know how you pronounce it, but anyway, great defending from Dan Burn, and Harvey Barnes will get there, and off he goes down the wing, fix it inside. Dan Burn, little ball in for Callum Wilson. Well, Harvey Barnes has gone too quick.
He was offside by that point.
Offside, yeah. Wilson took a bit too long to dally and overhit it also. And so it'll be if they're giving a throw in, don't they? They even giving the offside, which is good for us, I guess, because it's level with their penalty area. Taken, and the pressure's on there again, and Villa have given the ball away again, throwing to Newcastle.
Well done, Tonali, as well, fighting for everything.
Pressure.
Tonali's been outstanding today.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much to debate about the scores of what they get tomorrow. I mean, it'll only be me and you doing it. But yeah, there'll be a few DCs flying around.
Dambo with the back heel, it didn't work. I mean, fair enough.
Pressure again from Tonali, and he can fall for Wilson. Oh, Wilson.
Oh, it was Murphy.
It's Murphy.
He should have scored it, and he knows it as well.
If you're in there, you've got to be alert to it. And he was in there waiting for it, and he wasn't alert. Should have scored. It might be a corner.
It was Tonali and Douglas Luiz. And then the ball fell to Murphy, and he just didn't. I don't think he realised it was going to fall to him. I think it surprised him, and then it went out.
Well, if ever there was revenge for the Villa game at Villa Park earlier in the year, this is it. This has been an absolute walkover for Newcastle United. Whether we get the credit we deserve for it, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what the commentator's saying. If Andy Hinchcliffe's in it, I don't think we will get any because he hates us. But Villa do have the ball. We've got a couple of minutes to go, plus injury time. Villa playing keep ball now. They know the game is up. Diego Carlos has it. It's going to go all the way back to Martinez, who's stopped this being a cricket score in perfect.
He has. This could have been 6 or 7 without Martinez, that's for sure. Make sure before this game's ended as well, guys, make sure you've subscribed and liked if you haven't already. You never know, we might get that 5th.
Anyway, Villa are on the attack with Philippe Coutinho. Lays it off to eventually gets to Digne. Now it's with Tielemans. He plays it all the way back to Pau Torres. Torres will come back to Digne. Newcastle set up in nice shape here. Hard to break through. Pau Torres again inside then to Kamara. Wide to Digne. Down the line it goes, looking for the run of Tielemans. Well marshalled by Tonali. Tielemans gets inside him though. And the shot goes wide from, I think it was Coutinho who got into the box.
Yeah, Joe Linton just put him off enough there. Tonali was very good initially, strength, but couldn't quite keep it away from Tielemans. Joe Linton just did enough to make the shot go out wide.
He overran himself, didn't he?
Good thing Villa have done for about half an hour, to be fair.
Yeah, he overran himself there, Tonali. The fact he was there, though, he was an amazing engine the lad's got. We're in the final minute.
Joe Linton telling everyone to calm down whilst he's got a beaming smile on his face as well.
That was a dangerous ball, but Tonali took it easily. Lucky for Murphy there, but he got to it. Can he put Barnes in? He can. Barnes in here. One-on-one with the keeper. Barnes approaching the area. Can he cap a perfect position?
Yeah!
He can!
It's
5-1 to Newcastle
That's
United.
it, guys.
And a debut goal for Harvey Barnes. We've taken them to the cleaners. They've gone to Sketchley's. They've had their asses kicked by the black and white army. Been fantastic. What a game of football. What a performance. Newcastle 5, Aston Villa 1.
It's time for this because we are now Top of the Premier League, guys. 5-1. Go and have a look at that table if you haven't already. Wait for it to update. The ambition is number 1.
And this time, well, Martinez's first move was always to the near post, if you noticed. And if you go across him, you know, you're going to score most times. And he even got a foot to that, but it was too powerful to stop Hardy Barnes from making his debut with a goal. And he goes straight to the Gallagher, strawberry corner, and he's celebrating like a madman. And the Toon Army are in raptures at this performance.
Barnes is off the mark as well. That's 2 of the new signings with goals.
5 minutes into
Tonali's coming off as a sub. Big smiles from Eddie Howe.
He's been brought off, so he gets the standing deviation. Oh, he's been booked as well. Why?
I don't know why he's been booked.
Celebrating. He's not been booked for time waste because he walked off the pitch. Surely not.
Well, Anderson's managed to get on. He deserves it, to be fair. Anderson on for Tonali. Nice to see Anderson get some minutes. He does deserve some, to be fair.
And now Villarreal in the attack. They're still attacking with danger. Coutinho with an absolutely piss-poor, woeful pass, which is cut out from Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy, a nice ball in behind the defender. Wilson goes from distance, and Martinez is alive to it.
To shoot from 30 yards first time. Martinez probably angry at that. Oh, my Lord. We are so much better. It's not even close. It's not even funny. It's just pure quality. It's not just the pressing anymore. We overran teams last year with pressing and through hard work. But with this performance has been pressing, hard work with extra dashes of quality as well. So nice to see. Refreshing. Different goal scorers. Such a brilliant display.
It was
Deservedly
2.5
top of the
minutes
league.
from 5 minutes of injury time being over. Villa have the ball. They're still getting pressure on by certain players. The ball is with Douglas Luiz, plays it back to Kamara. Kamara then goes to Yuri Tielemans. Ball for the middle. The bit of space there for Coutinho comes away down the bottom here for Digne. Trippier comes out to meet him and fouls him, I think, and ref gives it to. And Digne's asking for a yellow card too. So why have they been booked for it?
Digne there. Digne's asking for cards. Bruno got booked for asking for cards. Different rules for different teams, apparently. I mean, 5-1 up, but the referee's still been shocking.
Digne may already have been booked. That's the problem. But
surely the rules still apply, though.
They should do.
5-1.
Dangerous free kick for Newcastle to defend here.
Well, make sure you like and subscribe, and so we don't concede. Let's keep the good luck going. No conceding, please.
If he's booking Bruno for, signaling for a yellow card, Digne's done exactly the same thing, not a hint of one. And it's an in-swinging free kick, and it's gone for goal. Good effort that from, I think it was Douglas Luiz, wasn't it? Pope was alive to it. Yeah, Pope was alive to it and pushed it out. It was Douglas Luiz with a cheeky effort.
It was going in. It was a good shot, actually.
Yeah. Corner ball, that's going to be. It might have hit the bar, but Pope didn't know that, and Pope's come across again. It's going to go, well, 2 defenders rocketing together to clear it. I think it was Cher. Bobman and Byrne going head to head with the one ball.
Or was it Cher?
Yeah, it's last final minute of injury time, folks, and Villarreal pressing for some kind of consolation goal.
Come on, lads.
An interesting swinging corner. In it comes now. It's a low one, and Joe Linton gets a boot to it and clears it. That should just about do it, folks. Digne has it now, lobs down the line, where it gets Douglas Luiz. He nods it forward to Coutinho. Sean Longstaff's got in the way. And the player's gone down injured there, wasn't even touched. Absolute fucking knob jockey. Sean Longstaff has it. 2 men on him. Going to lose out, but then it goes to Murphy, who wins it beautifully. Steps inside. The play's advances. Kamara's already been booked, by the way, so that should be a second yellow. We are trying to show ourselves through here. I hope the referee remembers this and books Kamara. Who's that to?
I think he's just going to kick it out and waste time. Burn kicks it out of play.
He should be booking Kamara for that. He's already been booked. That's just totally ignored it.
Sean Longstaff with that run there had 3 runners and didn't take the pass on any of them.
No. We're over a lot of time now, folks, so the whistle is about to go. We're still pressurising the ball. Ball goes wide from Watkins to Philogene. Philogene at my door. She's the lover who claims I am the one.
He's given the throw in with 30 seconds over the full time here.
Yeah, it is. It's madness that he didn't book
Play until
Kamara for
Villa's
that foul. Yeah, possibly. You can guarantee if we get the ball and break, he'll blow the whistle. This is a FIFA exercise. We've won the ball back now.
We've won the
Wilson has
ball.
it. Wilson has it. Murphy with a bit of trickery. Take the mick out of Tielemans. Lovely little pass to it. He's in here. Wilson's in. 1-on-1. A great tackle there from Conza, to be fair to him.
That was an elite tackle from Conza.
And that's the end of the game, folks. Yeah, it wasn't elite. And Newcastle win 5-1. Could have been 10-1. An absolute cakewalk for Newcastle United, Alex. Brilliant.
Oh, my God. What a game. What a game. Tonali, the camera's focused on Tonali at the full-time whistle. I'm not bloody surprised. What a performance from Gordon as well behind him. Isak, the camera's on Isak with his broken shirt. Just incredible from everyone. Everyone put in such a good performance today. Even Wilson. We used our squad well. We used the bench well. The tenacity, the work rate, and with the added quality. Great to see Barnes on the score sheet as well. Gordon helping, Tonali off the mark. Exceptional display. It should have been 7-8. I mean, it could have even been 8. It was ridiculous. It was so far gone. And as a Villa fan, I think a lot of these Villa fans are going to be very, very disappointed with that. I think they downed tools, and we can be very happy with our performance. We didn't stop off, and we wanted more goals. We are top of the Premier League.
But we
First game weekend.
Fan. Anyway, £5 super chat for bringing me the smile of Sandro Tonali. Says, grazie, Alex and Billy. Great commentary as always. Don't jinx the ref next time, though.
Mate, I know. Within 30 seconds of me saying he was doing all right, it went down the toilet, didn't it? See, every time I mention the ref, I'm just not going to do it next time.
Dan, well, you can just don't praise them. Dan thinks that Villa will still be top 8, but today they weren't even in our league. Well, I think I'll probably agree with that. They lack creativity, don't they? Ian says, I think the whole team played brilliantly.
I just want to clap. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to clap. It's just so good. Our cameras on the owners now. Gadusi, Amanda, and Jamie Rubin applauding, all smiles. Magnificent.
Tonali silenced the haters today. I'm proud of him. He was absolutely outstanding today. Linked with a clap. He enjoyed that. Arid 7 said, I'm so glad how has made my weekends enjoyable. This is it. We enjoy our weekends again, don't we?
Oh, we love it. Well, let's make sure as well, while we've still got 1,500 people here as well. That is amazing. You guys are mad with your support. While Paul's away, because he's going on holiday, please show us some love, because we don't normally do this alone. So please hit the subscribe button. Please like. Please come back again. We're going to do a review of the game. Turn your notifications on so you make sure you can see when we go live and we do these kinds of things. And it'd be great if Paul can come back, and we've done a great job holding the fort. And thank you, everybody, for turning up today. It's amazing.
Indeed. $9.99 super chat from Tyson. He says, thanks to the great commentary, lads. Up the tune. Dismiss all you want, medium up hits. And also another 1,000 yen from Eddie over in Japan. Top of the league commentary, lads. We are top of the league. We are top of the league. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks for your continued support, mate. We really do appreciate that. And thanks to all the contributors today who've donated to us. Very kind of you all. We're going to do a review show tomorrow at 7 o'clock where we kind of wax lyrical about the last 90 minutes or 100 minutes that we've just seen.
Well, we didn't get to look at anything statistically. We've not been able to do a deep dive because it's been such a mad game. So we can look at it from a completely different angle. Oh, we've got some camera shots of Harry Kane in a Bayern Munich shirt, and my brain doesn't understand that yet.
No.
Weird.
Will he be on the bench? That's on tonight, Bayern Munich v RB Leipzig.
Yeah. Can I just mention something as well? Great point from Davey T in the chat there. Nobody in the Champions League will want us. You are so right, my friend. Who is going to look? People are going to look at this game and go, "Oh God, no, we don't want a fixture at St James's Park, especially some of the big boys." That is not going to be a fun game because they're, teams like Bayern Munich and stuff. They want to concentrate on their title challenges. They don't want to have to come to St James's Park and play against that intensity on a Tuesday night. They're not going to want that. That's going to be hilarious. We are not going to be fun to play for any team in that Champions League. That's for sure.
Sorry, no, but slip of the tongue. Review tomorrow night at 7, not tonight. Obviously, it's 20 to 8 now, so that won't be happening
tomorrow.
But leave a like on your way out, guys. We've also got a Patreon channel where we do stuff that we don't do on the channel. It's just to listen to in the gym, on the way to work, whatever. We do different subjects, cover lots of things. Me, Paul, and Alex. So if you want to subscribe to that and listen to extra Toon Review stuff that you won't get on the channel, that's the place to go. We've got another $4.99 super chat from David R. Sensational commentary, lads. Any final word for Villa Watch? Yeah, I got one for him. I don't like being a Villa fan. Any Birmingham
I will
accents
say
now,
as well.
Alex?
I will say that we will, because we're the best fans in the world, we will be respectful and pass some wishes on to Tyrone Mings. I hope he's all right.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
But besides that, 5-1, we're top of the Premier League. Let's bookmark match of the day for later, eh?
100%. And in Tyrone Mings' defence, they did capitulate after he went off, didn't they? I mean, they weren't great before he went off, but they definitely capitulated after he went off.
I think the McGinn substitution was a bit strange. I think they lost a bit of his leadership and work rate. I don't think Emery got his substitutions right. I'm extremely impressed. I think we won the tactical battle, which is lovely because everybody has been praising Emery for his shape, his setup, his tactics. So I think we beat them in all regards today. Tactically, shape, energy, quality, second balls. The only thing that we lost in was refereeing decisions, and it didn't matter. We still scored 5. So,
indeed. Anyway, tomorrow night, deep dive on that last 90 minutes of fantastic football. Myself and Alex will do our marks out of 10, which are much vaunted and awaited. So that'll be tomorrow night. We'll go over the game in detail. And lots of shows this week also. Get your notifications. Hit your notification bell. We won most nights this week, I think 7 o'clock. So 7 o'clock tomorrow for that. Thank you to the mods who have just appeared, I believe. Thank you to all you in the chat. You've been fantastic. No spoilers as such.
Just popped in. So
yeah, Susan's in. Hi, Susan. Enjoy your holiday. I think
good point from Barbara there, by the way, Billy. EIEIO, up the Premier League we don't go because we're at the top of it.
Absolutely. When we win the title, this is what we'll sing.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sing that once upon a time. Not for a while. Anyway, yeah, as I say, thanks to you lot. You've been fantastic in the show and the chat today. Thanks to Alex for helping out. I think that worked.
It was great fun. Great fun.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that. And we should be back tomorrow night, as I say, with a deep dive. Until then, all I can wish is say have a great rest of your Saturday, and we shall see you tomorrow. Alex, do you want to do my bit?
Away the lads and lasses. Come on, top of the Premier League.
Come back.